All right, everybody, welcome. It is the final live stream of 2024. Welcome to episode 13 of the Super Magic Show. I hope y'all are having a great day today. We're right now recording this live here on 12/29/24. And because we are ending the year, what's going to happen this week on this episode, we got a lot packed for you. We're going to be talking about the upcoming Dragon Ball Super manga announcement for February. We're going to be talking about Daima, and we're going to be talking about predictions for 2025. We'll be taking your calls and your super chats throughout the show with your predictions. Are you going to be a great prognosticator today, or will you be a fool? Either way, make a bold prediction, even if it doesn't have to be like a safe one. It could be a bold one. Even if you get it wrong, that's okay. But if you get it right, we will be discussing that at the end of next year. Who gets the closest to getting it right? It could be multiple people. We will find out at the end of 2025. Seems like forever, but man, these years go by quickly. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to bring my guest, Mr. Senpai, in just a moment. First, I want to address something here before we get into the show. I wanted to discuss something that happened a couple days ago. So a couple days ago, a lot of people were upset because when I uploaded my Dragon Ball Daima episode 12 review, I had Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in the thumbnail, and people were notably upset. Now, the people that were upset, a lot of them were not just random trolls or random haters. No, there were people I was seeing there who have been subscribed to the channel for years. There were people I saw that were good people that are not trolls. They're not pricks. They actually genuinely were in the middle of watching the episode or were about to watch it when the notification popped up in their phone. I take full accountability for that. That is my bad. I uploaded the review mistimed and the thumbnail gave too much away. I completely understand the frustration. If you're somebody who was upset at that, I completely understand. I completely get why. Because a lot of people, even those who have been watching me for years, were like, hey, I was going to come watch your review right after I got done with the episode because I'm hyped. A lot of folks were genuinely hyped over this past episode. And the goal with this channel, the goal with this Geekdom 101 channel is for people to love and appreciate Dragon Ball more and learn more about Dragon Ball and just kind of build this community. My goal is obviously not to ruin the experience for anyone. So I take full responsibility for that. I'm not going to be one of those YouTubers that blames the audience or goes around saying, oh, a lot of people on here never take accountability. It's always someone else's fault. It's always someone else's wrongdoing. No, I straight up made a mistake with that thumbnail. I didn't think, I thought I had assumed, because I put it up shortly after the Crunchyroll episode had dropped, but I wasn't sure exactly how long it was up, and it was obviously too soon. So what I'm going to do from now on is I'm not going to do that anymore. What I'm going to do from now on is this. From now on, I'm going to have two thumbnails for the reviews. One thumbnail will be up when the review drops, and it won't be spoilery. It'll be a bit more vague. And then a few hours later, I'll go ahead and switch over to whatever thumbnail I wanted to use. Making thumbnails can be a challenge as a content creator because you want to make a thumbnail clickable, but you don't want it to be clickbait, but you don't want it to be too spoilery. And in Dragon Ball, when Dragon Ball Super was on, I would oftentimes not really be sure what people wanted, and it's tricky. So from now on, I will have a thumbnail that will be less spoilery, and then I'll give everybody several hours to watch the episode. Like, you'll have pretty much all of Friday to watch it, and then I will update the thumbnail, because in the breakdown videos, the ones that go out on Saturdays, by then the majority of people, if not everyone, has seen the episode, at least those who were interested in Daima. So again, I took full responsibility. Obviously, a lot of people were upset, and that is not my intention. So, and also, I wrote about it in a pinned comment and in a community tab, and a lot of people were really kind to me, and I want to thank you for that. There were a lot of folks who were like, yeah, I got pissed off, and I called you some names, but I understand. And I got a lot of grace from people, and I do appreciate that. You have no idea what that means to me, because oftentimes online, people make mistakes and they're canceled forever. Like they're basically like people, there were trolls in the comments, obviously just being dicks, but they go and they call us names and they wish harm upon us and all this real childish mentality. But there were a lot of mature people who understood that. I learned from it, and I appreciate your grace. So I really do appreciate that. So that means a lot. Let's go ahead and bring in my guest at this time. We're going to proceed with the show. He hasn't been on in a few months. Actually, I had him on back in February, I want to say. March. Had him on in March. Traveling the world. A lot of you have asked where he's been. Welcome back to YouTube, Mr. Senpai. Yo! I can't hear you. Are you muted, bro? I cannot hear you. Can anybody hear him? Yeah, wait, I hear noises. I just heard noises. I don't know what you did, but I think you were. Yo,
I'm talking, bro.
Now I hear
I'm talking.
You. I hear you. Now
I'm here. I'm here in the land of smiles, also known as Thailand. Oh man.
Can you hear me okay?
Oh yeah, you sound great, bro.
Yeah, I tell people you've been traveling the world, and it's, I think people thought that maybe I was being like saying you were like a hermit or something, but no, you or not a hermit, like a traveler, like Kane in Kung Fu, but you've actually really been traveling the world, bro.
I was just in Philippines for a month, and now I'm in Thailand, and then I'm gonna head over to Vietnam and a couple other places. So yeah, man, it's been crazy here. Actually, I'm in Pattaya right now to celebrate the New Year's. If I can show you my view right now, I got the sea view, people outside partying it up. It's crazy over here, man.
I want to know, bro, and let the people know, like, what was it that led to you wanting to travel the world? Because I see a lot of folks in the comments every time I do a video or a stream talking about they want to go to Japan, they want to go to Thailand. What led to this? And I mean, obviously, you're having the time of your life. That we know.
Yeah. Honestly, my first travel thing was Japan, because I wanted to see Dragon Ball. I went to see Dragon Ball Super, the Broly movie. I went to Japan to see it in theaters when it came out. And that just opened the world for me to traveling more. So I recommend it, man. I'm going to make a second channel specifically focusing on traveling to Thailand, to the Philippines, and answer any questions you guys have. But highly recommend all the subscribers of all the viewers of Geekdom 101. You have to travel at least at one time in your life. There's a lot of Dragon Ball stuff here too. I've seen people cosplay all the time in Thailand and Philippines. It's awesome.
Man, it's true though. Like, you only live once, and I know that it's expensive. It's not cheap. Yeah. Nobody said it was. Luckily, places like the Philippines and Thailand are not that crazy because everything's cheaper over there. But I do recommend anybody who's a fan of anime and manga needs to at least go to Japan once, at least go to Tokyo once. You'll want to go back more. You'll get addicted to it. Let me ask you, are you ever going to come back and produce anime content? Obviously, throughout the years, you had anime live reactions, and then Oppai Senpai, and then now Mr. Senpai. It's all the same lineage.
Yeah, I'm gonna be back once I'm back in the States, right? And I'm done filming. Right now, I'm filming travel content. But once I'm back, I'll join mid-season for Dragon Ball Daima. I'm gonna make different type of content. I'm not really gonna do reviews.
Wait, did you say mid-season?
The second core.
There is no second core. This is ending in February, dude. We have 8 episodes left. It's 20 episodes. It's 20 episodes and 10 are already done.
Damn.
Or
well,
12.
I gotta do that.
I'm sorry, 12 are already done.
I got theories. I've been taking notes as I've been watching the episodes. So even after the show is done, I still got content coming. So I'm not worried about that at all.
I wish there was a second core, and maybe they'll announce a second core for later on. But when Daima ends in March, February, March, that's going to be the end of the series, and then we'll obviously talk all about it then.
Yeah. Now I'll be back. I got my own content coming.
Now I wanted to ask you, and obviously, to those of you guys in the chat, we're gonna go through predictions later in the show, but we're all gonna talk about Daima because we have to talk about episode 12, and we have to talk about first. Let's get the super stuff out of the way. Obviously, at Jump Festa, it was announced that we're getting a Clean God one-shot manga chapter in February. Now, me personally, I don't really care about the Goten and Trunks Clean God stuff. I was not super big into the high school drama part of that manga arc, but the fact that Toyotaro is back writing and drawing Dragon Ball, I think, is a hopeful scenario for some. It does not guarantee. This does not guarantee that the manga is going to be running the next arc right away. I think they're going to jump to it soon, but they didn't announce that yet. We'll probably find out more in January. But the fact that Toyotaro is coming back to do at least a new manga chapter, I think is a plus. What do you think about all this?
I think the Dragon Ball Super manga is definitely coming next year. Like, yeah, we only have the one shot, right, that they announced, but all eyes points, you're not going to have another year without a manga, because if you don't have the manga, you're not going to have the anime, right? So I don't think we're going to get an anime coming out this next year. I don't think we're going to get a movie, but for sure, I think the manga is coming back. The actual super manga is coming back.
Yeah, well, we have the one chapter confirmed. It's just, I agree. Another year. Yeah, another year with no manga would be like, it's not even like a thing about producing content, even though obviously I want to make content and cover Dragon Ball and all that. It's the fact that I don't know if they understand that people eventually move on. Like, there's only I know Dragon Ball's massive and there's always going to be a fan base for it, but the more they take the fans for granted, the more it's going to end up biting them in the ass. And Akio is the one who's been pushing for sure more stuff. So, and they already said more is coming, but they haven't announced it yet, and that's the frustrating part.
There's more anime being produced than ever before in history, and Dragon Ball has competition. Maybe not in that particular niche. They're still top tier, but people they only have time for so much, right? You lose interest over time if nothing is happening. So look what happened to Star Wars. Look what happened. And Star that was a bigger issue.
Us but bad product. With Dragon Ball, with Dragon Ball, we've had a couple of things that weren't that great, but I know a lot of folks really were not into Daima, which I understand because the premise is a little bit out of left field. But now, after the last few weeks, people are starting to finally jump on board. That Vegeta transformation in episode 12. It went viral all over. The fight with Goku and Tamagami 3 also did, but this one went even further viral. When I knew that Vegeta was turning Super Saiyan 3 in July. I even did a poll on Twitter, and in that poll I said, if Vegeta got Super Saiyan 3, would you care? Or would you not? Does it not matter anymore? Because obviously he's got the God forms now. And I think the majority of fans, like 70%, said it'd be cool, but I don't care anymore. Now that it's happened, a lot of people really cared, way more than I thought. And I think it's because the scene was so awesome.
That's the whole theme of Daima. When we first got information about it, we got the first teasers, people did not care, right? But once you start seeing the animation and the action scenes, people were like, oh my God, I have to watch Daima now. And now that it's out, yeah, it's not everyone's cup of tea because the story seems kind of insignificant to the overall story. But it's a teaser as to what's coming in the future. Dragon Ball has finally been modernized in terms of a television series, right? Super, to be honest, the animation, couple episodes here and there were great, but overall, is just below the standard of the anime industry right now. Whereas Daima, it's really finally met the standard of the industry. So this is just a teaser as to what's coming in the future. Imagine upcoming Dragon Ball Super, the Granola arc, the Moro Saga, all that being animated in this way. Man, it's gonna be juicy. So I'm excited for the future.
And now I'm not super familiar with the entire anime industry because there's so many little pockets, but I know that Toei seems to be taking these things a bit more seriously than before, not with promotion, which is bullshit, but even One Piece is supposed to be getting overhauled with like a lot of really great animation. So it seems like Toei's starting to like really say, okay, like maybe we should make adjustments. And I do hope that they continue to, because the one thing that I have heard across the board from every Dragon Ball fan, even the ones that don't like Daima, is that from now on, Dragon Ball needs to be animated like Daima. We need these people, the same folks that did the Broly movie. It's the same group. There's some differences, but the core group is the same. These are the people that need to be producing Dragon Ball from now on, whether it be a movie, whether it be another short Daima anime type of show, whether it be Super's anime. I think it needs to get this type of tender love and care from now on.
I think it will be. I mean, One Piece is getting essentially reanimated in collaboration with Netflix and which studio? The studio that did the first few seasons of Attack on Titan, right? So they're getting an entire new animation. Dragon Ball, I think, is going to maintain this level of quality and above going forward. I don't think it's going to go backwards.
Right now, what did you? Well, let me get to these super chats first, then we're getting to Daima. Okay, so Guyver90 says, "How do you feel about Battle Point Unlimited Kenji Yamamoto at 145-205? Sounds like a JRPG. Also, do you think the original Japanese? Do you think the original Japanese music for DBZ?" You're missing part of your sentence, I think, because it says, "Do you think?" But yeah, I didn't get the entire super chat. But okay, I love Battle Point Unlimited. Battle Point Unlimited's a big reason as to why I switched over to the Japanese music, because I love what Yamamoto did. Yes, it was plagiarized. Doesn't matter. It was still great. And I want to see the rest of your question, but do you know what he's talking about? Battle? I don't think you and I have ever talked about that.
No. To be honest, I don't.
Dragon Ball Z episode 120 is the episode where Trunks went Super Saiyan in front of Frieza. And in the Japanese version, they play a song called Battle Point Unlimited, which is a really badass techno song. And it was produced by Kenji Yamamoto. Now, what happened was that made the scene awesome. But here's the problem. Kenji Yamamoto got busted in like 2011, I think, with plagiarism. He actually jacked the beat from some German synth pop group. So that's why he was fired by Toei. And that's why if you play any of the Dragon Ball HD remasters where they remastered the old Budokai games, the music is gone. A lot of people love his music, but because of the plagiarism, they were so scared of getting sued. That's what he's talking about. So,
damn, that sucks, dude. Yeah,
he's a very good musician, bro. Like, very good. All right, so Dead Dark, he was a guest last week. I hope you're doing good, and I'm forward to this stream. Oh, I guess he means I'm looking forward to the stream.
Thanks for supporting. Thanks for supporting, man.
Oppai Senpai, Jamal Breezy.
Yeah, they're right here, boy.
They're always going to call you. They're always going to call you Oppai forever, bro.
I know Jamal Breezy. I've seen his name before.
Also, I do want to thank everybody for purchasing, those who purchased the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta merchandise, those who purchased that merchandise. It's not the biggest seller yet, but within the past 2 days, I have sold a ton of the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta merch. Me and Dead Dark, I mean, people should know this by now. That art has been done for 4 months because I told Dead Dark about Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta 4 months ago in preparation for this day so that I could release the merch. That's why we talked about last week, oh, maybe we'll have the merch out next week. This is what we're talking about. Now, the difference between me and all these other content creators who get leaked information and lie about it and pretend like they're above the leaks, I don't fucking bullshit. I'm very honest with you. Do I have information ahead of time? It's pretty clear that I do, considering that on 9/11/24, I told everyone Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta was coming. Oh, no, there's no way they're doing that. Why would they do that? Don't ever doubt me, bro. Don't ever doubt me.
I mean,
but
just
I
so you
don't
guys
lie
know,
about it.
Just so you guys know, I've seen stuff. Geekdom has shown me stuff. I keep my mouth shut, right? Like, I say nothing. But I can personally vouch that he has his information ahead of time. He knows his stuff. He has his own sources. So you guys need to stop doubting the man.
About it. But I don't. The thing is, I don't lie about it. A lot of these guys are like, they pretend like they're above leaking when they leak. And I don't lie about it. I'm very honest. I'm like, this is what I know. This is what I don't know. And I don't know everything.
Yeah. I mean, your record is very, very strong. So.
Oh, but I lied about Super in 2019. I lied about Super in 2019. Please, Geekdom, give me more of your cum, because you lied about Super in 2019. Let's keep bringing that up, bro, and looking stupid.
Let's give you guys a preview of some of the things that we're going to talk about in the stream. I'm
just being goofy, bro.
So here's what's coming in the stream. All right, we got a lot of things to talk about. First, we're gonna talk about King Goma, because there's some special abilities that he has, something hidden that he's gonna show. We're gonna talk about Neva, the Namekian. Is he gonna die? That guy's way too powerful to be kept alive. We're gonna talk about his fate. We're gonna talk about Glorio. We think that Glorio is scheming at the end of episode 12. There's some foreshadowing happening. So we're gonna talk about what that is. The third eye. Now, a powerful item, all right? We're going to talk about that. Obviously, fusion. Fusion can be coming from different angles, and from the bad guys, from the good guys. We're going to talk about that. And maybe some foreshadowing with the bugs that Vegeta didn't want to eat, right? Is there a new transformation coming with Vegeta or with Goku? We're going to talk about that and more. I mean, and
I'm doing the Spider-Man meme though, from like years ago, bro.
We got other things that I haven't mentioned yet, but we got a lot to talk about.
We're gonna dive into Daima here. We got a lot of super chats. I want to get them out of the way. How would you guys feel about a what if series for Dragon Ball? Brother, have you seen YouTube? There's plenty of those. I'd love to see an anime version of branching timelines based on different choices. I mean, I was being sarcastic with you. Yes, a real Toei produced what if would be fucking awesome, bro. Like sort of like what Marvel did with What If, where we have like sort of like what Sparking Zero did with the game, where we have like, what if Goku didn't, or what if Piccolo didn't die at the hands of Vegeta? What if Goku or Nappa? What if Goku made it on time? How would you feel about a what if Dragon Ball show?
It's one of the smartest ways to bump up your revenue from the video games, right? New characters, from what ifs, from merchandise, but it is such a good idea that it's never gonna happen. I just don't see Shueisha, Toei, they're not gonna make this happen. They don't really do OVAs, whereas some other animes do a lot of OVAs. They really don't. And because of that track record of not doing OVAs, I just can't see them do it a what if series. It's just not going to happen.
I can't see them doing it, but I'm saying they should do it. You know what I'm saying?
They should. It will make them so much money. It would expand the IP, and it would allow them to not just focus on Goku or rely on Goku and Vegeta, right? The two main characters, essentially. By having some what if stories, it would just like expand everything. But it's just such a good idea. It's not going to happen.
And like we talked about, Toei drops the ball with OVAs. You could literally make OVAs. You could make OVAs on every universe that was in the TOP, separate from Goku. You don't even need Nozawa to be around for that. And people would watch it. People would watch it. They would. People would watch it. Like, it's just. All right, Joey the Lip says, I arrived late. Was this the first time Vegeta went SS3, or was it the first time or was his first transformation off screen? His first transformation was off screen. He discovered it at some point after the defeat of Majin Buu, but prior to Daima. It's been a little under a year or so. So there's plenty of time for Vegeta to have trained off screen, just like how Goku did in Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah. And I think Bulma saw it because she wasn't surprised when she saw it on the episode. So I think she previously saw it happen.
I mean, and even if she didn't, she knows he's always training. So they should all know.
Yeah.
Josh Carlos says Yamamoto was plagiarizing in other games outside of Dragon Ball. Dude's a fraud. He even reused the Black Sabbath, Iron Man riff in Budokai 3. Okay. Is he a plagiarist? Yes. Is he a fraud? I don't know if that counts as him being a fraud. If you think that all plagiarists are frauds, the answer is yes. I agree with you. However, you can't say he's not a talented musician because he did a lot of music that was not plagiarized. So that part, again, bro, you guys, I'm saying this as an older guy. Like, you can't think in black or white. You can't think in absolutes. Everything is nuanced. Should he have plagiarized? No. But did he not have bangers? Absolutely he did. So
it's like saying a man cheats on his wife, therefore he's a bad person or a bad father. It's totally separate, right? So the guy's talented. He's a talented musician. He plagiarized. Sure, he got caught for that. That doesn't mean he's a complete fraud, you know?
Yes, I completely agree. Completely agree. So let me real quick, I want to pop open the here we go. All right, I want to share the screen for just a minute. So I asked you guys, and this is about 10,000 votes, so it's obviously not everybody who's in the chat right now. I said, what'd you think about Dragon Ball Daima episode 12? And an astounding 79% of you loved the episode, 17% liked, and the rest, 4%, did not like it and hated it. So overwhelming success, and it's not just my audience, bro. A lot of people dug what they did, even if people thought to themselves, damn, man, Vegeta doesn't need this form. The way it was done, the way it was executed was incredible. Incredible. In fact, let's take a look. Okay, now I'm not going to play the entire thing, because if I do, I'm going to get copyrighted. You know that.
The gods will strike you down.
Yes, yes. And even though Japan's blocked, it doesn't matter. Let's take a look at this. Hold on. All right. I have to be very careful, guys. I cannot play the whole thing. Bro,
look at that water effect, bro.
The water effects are crazy, bro. Tamagami, and hey, listen, Tamagami 2 was a great fighter.
Oh, yeah.
And he got powered up.
He got powered up on top of that.
Yeah. Vegeta had to go 3. He had no choice. I mean, he wasn't going to win the fight otherwise.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's beautiful, bro. I saw some people saying, like, damn, man, why couldn't he get that as an adult? Well, who's to say he won't show it off some point down the road in Dragon Ball Super? I don't think he needs this form anymore. I talked about this in my breakdown. Obviously, the God forms are far beyond Super Saiyan 3. And I'm just going to be real about this. If you think this was just fan service for Vegeta fans, you're absolutely right. That's the only reason to do this, is for there to be fan service, and Toriyama delivered on it. So if I don't think it. I didn't have a problem with it. What do you think?
And for Bandai, I mean, the way he was fighting, just using his feet for like half the fight and just looking all cool, dude. Imagine that in the video games, like that. The fighting style. It's just like, it's going to be a popular character in video games. That's how.
Somebody asked if Daima could end with them as adults in SS3. Yeah, I just don't know if we'll see it on screen. Hold on.
I don't think we'll see it on screen, but we'll see them as adults for sure.
This part was incredible, bro. And
Yeah,
I mentioned in my
the
breakdown, Trunks.
The future Trunks.
I'm the only guy on YouTube who can do those breakdowns without having to hire a writer. I'm the only guy who can do them, bro. That's not ego, by the way. That's truth.
Yeah.
And then he breaks the trident, which was not expected at all, bro.
Yeah, that was sick.
That was not expected at all, bro.
And just like the fact that the point where he's holding it is so strong that it's forcing it to bend, like in the center, is just sick.
Here's the part where he attacked him with no hands, which is what we saw Vegito do in the Buu Saga fight.
Yeah, but it was just like so prominent here. I loved it. It's like, yo, this guy looks sick.
And he parted the seas like Moses, bro. Like, here's the big Gallic gun. Yeah, and I liked, again, just like Tamagami 3, that's the left hook right there, bro. Oh, bro, that left hook was beautiful.
Yeah, that was a great episode, man. I don't know how 2% of people didn't like it. It's just,
I don't know, bro. I honestly think that the 4% were just people that they still have sour grapes over this coming out and not Moro. And like I've said before, dude, you got to get over that shit, man. People got to move on.
Yeah.
Like, I understand being upset that Moro has not been animated yet. I also don't understand it. I mean, I already revealed what happened, but at the same time, like, complaining about it like for months and for a year at this point, like, I just feel like, I don't know, man. We need to be a little bit more grateful for what we do have.
Guys, you also need to understand that Dragon Ball Daima, the type of feeling that it's trying to give, you can hear in the music. It's not like something super serious. It reminds me more of like Dragon Quest and the adventures. Yeah. Like, so even with the music, there's nothing epic happening. The music is sometimes kind of like more video gamey and kind of fun. So that's what it is. You got to shut your brain off a little bit and just enjoy it.
Well, I mean, I don't know about shutting your brain off. It's just you have to accept that it's not gonna be like Super, for better or for worse. You know, it does some things better. So and some things not as well. We'll talk about that in the future. AirDog 711 says, did Vegeta learn SS3 from watching Goku do it? No, he trained and learned it. He saw Goku do it first, obviously, but he trained. Carl Spackler says, when do we find out Yoda is from the demon world? Yeah, it does have pointy ears. Link is too, bro. Randy Willis said, so that fighting pose he did with the arms crossed and fighting with his feet, is that where Vegito gets it from Vegeta? Apparently so, but remember, Daima's after Vegito versus Buu, but it does seem either that's where Vegito gets it from, or it was an Easter egg that was a reference to Vegito, which I did not talk about in my video yesterday because I'm an idiot. I forgot to mention that, but it was still pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, the cockiness comes from Vegeta, definitely in Vegito.
Now, let's get to the topics that you wanted to discuss, all right? So
yeah,
we've got the Vegeta stuff with Daima. Where do you want to jump to next? You want to talk about the third eye, the fusion? I mean, you listed a bunch of topics, and let's go for it, bro.
All right, let's talk about so that little foreshadowing with Glorio, right? Let's quickly address that. So we saw in the episode, the ship was sabotaged, and they kind of just didn't mention who did it. It just, this happened, let's fix it. All right, let's move on. What do you think that happened? Who do you think did that? Who's the culprit?
I said it in my breakdown, bro. We talked about it before we went live. Glorio's playing dumb.
That's right. I think he's been lying this whole time. Oh, I don't know how to fix a ship. We need an engineer. We need a mechanic. This guy knows how to fix his ship. He probably knows how to build one. So he's been lying from the very beginning. I found it the first time I saw that episode where he mentioned he doesn't know engineering, etc., mechanics. I found that super suspicious. And this episode 12, is what solidified that he's a liar in terms of that. So we always know he's being like scheming.
We know he's working with Dr. Arinsu. It's already been revealed.
Yeah.
But I think in this particular case, he is purposely buying her time. I think she told him, Marba and I are going to make some more Majin Boos. You distract them as long as you can in the other demon worlds while we get this ball. That's the way I think it's going. And the idea is going to be that Glorio is going to get Goku and Vegeta and all them into Demon World 3, allowing Arinsu to steal the other 2 balls and then make their wish, whatever that may be. So that's the plan. That's not a spoiler. That's not a leak. That's the obvious idea. Now, how's it going to play out? Again, I want to make this very, very clear because unlike other people on YouTube, I'm not a bullshitter. I do know some big things coming up in Daima, 3 of them in particular. The final battle, I think I know what the fusion's going to be, and the big moment in February, the chaos. But there's still a lot of things I don't know. And what I do not know is who's going to make the wish. I know the wish is going to get made, but who's going to actually make the wish and what will they wish for? Obviously, I also know that, the third eye is going to come into play. That's the other thing I know. And we saw it because Hybus has it. So what are your thoughts on what you think is going to happen with that third eye?
So let me talk about the wish real quick, since you just mentioned it. The way that I think it's going to go down, you're going to have Majin Du. The two Majins are going to be fighting against Goku, Vegeta. While that's happening and they're being distracted, Gloria is going to actually take the Dragon Balls and give them to Dr. Arinsu. And that's going to be the big reveal. It's going to be, that's how it's going to happen. While the fighters are being distracted, he's going to take the Dragon Balls. He's going to give it to his people. The big reveal, he's exposed, and then he switches sides because the Dragon Balls have to go to the other side. Now, in terms of who's going to make the wish, right, whether somehow King Goma is going to kind of swoop in and steal them or something, I really don't know. But I do think that Dr. Arinsu, she's not going to get her wish. I think that the King Goma is going to be the ultimate winner in terms of the different factions, right, the 2 sides. Because they're kind of fighting against each other, essentially.
Yeah, well, they're fighting over the throne. I mean, but
over the throne.
She's doing it in a very covert, sneaky way.
She is, and she's winning this whole time. She's been on top, and that's where we're gonna get the rag pulled under us. And I think King Goma is gonna be the one to overtake her at the end. So because Toriyama likes to kind of divert expectations, so we're expecting her to get the wish. I don't think so.
What do you think about, and again, I want to reiterate, this is not a leak. This is me thinking. What do you think about maybe Dr. Arinsu reveals that she actually isn't a villain and that she's doing all this shady shit just to stop Goma from being in charge because she wants to bring peace to the demon realms and that she's actually not a villain? That's the other sort of twist they could do, that yes, her and Gloria are being shady, but she's actually not that bad. And that Goma's the real bad guy. Mm-hmm.
So I think that actually applies to Glorio. I think Glorio, exactly what you just mentioned, Glorio is helping her out because he's actually a good person. I don't think he's a bad character. He's doing things because he thinks that King Goma is actually worse for the demon realm. And he thinks that he believes the lies from Dr. Arinsu, but I believe that she's been lying to him all this time. And the reason why I say that is because of Dagesu. Dagesu is a sore loser. He's been a loser his whole life, and he's not doing anything for the sake of other people. He's doing everything for himself. He's a selfish character, and I see the same exact thing with Dr. Arinsu. So I think Gloria is getting played this whole time.
What does Demon World Dragon look like? If you want, that is a leak. If you want to know what that looks like, watch my leak video from September. I'm not going to go into it here. My exclusive video from September, I literally describe exactly what he looks like. So you will have that there. Now, let me quickly, we got a couple of super chats here. Okay, here's a question from Space Cowboy. What's the point of Daima? Is it like new world building on magic and the demon realm, or is it just filler? I don't think you understand what filler is, dude. Filler is when that's not what I don't think you know what that word means. Filler is when you're laughing at this guy, bro. I'm not even laughing at him, bro. The views expressed by Mr. Senpai do not reflect mine, even though I understand why he's laughing, bro. Okay.
It's so good.
Filler is when you are adapting a manga and an anime adds extra scenes and extra arcs to allow the manga to go ahead. Daima has no manga. There will not be a Dragon Ball Daima manga. It's an anime-only series created and written by Akira Toriyama. And if you're talking about, you answered your own question when you said, is it like a new world building on Magic? I mean, that's literally what it is. I mean, you shouldn't be asking that. You should already just know that based on what the show is. Air Dog says, will Shin expose Gloria before he betrays them? I do not know if that's a possibility. What do you think?
Is he going to expose who?
Is Shin gonna expose Gloria? Because Shin doesn't even know the truth yet.
No.
Not yet.
I don't think Shin is gonna expose any. I think it's gonna be kind of like the reveal that we're thinking, the one I mentioned, where he just like does it in the behind the scenes, and then he's like, "Yeah, the Dragon Balls are here. I'm on the other side." Like that. I don't think Shin revealing that would completely destroy this whole anticipation that's been happening for the past 12 episodes, right? Of Gloria kind of scheming behind the scenes or being fishy. So no, Shin is not gonna reveal anything.
What I'm excited about is that it appears like they're done with Demon World 2. So clearly now is when all the pieces of the puzzle are starting to come together. Goma now sees what Arinsu's up to, and she's got one of the balls. Goku's got two. There's a collision course coming. Like Daima's going to get much more interesting now, I think, after episode 12, because and by the way, there will not be a Daima this coming week. Japan is off. And actually a lot of shows are going to be off this week. Daima resumes January 10th in Japan, as well as the dub will be dropping on that day as well in English on Crunchyroll. So look forward to that. But we've got Goku going into Demon World 3. We've got these three different factions. Goku has no idea that Glorio's working for Arinsu, and neither does Goma. There's just a lot of moving pieces, and they're all going to collide in Demon Realm 1. And that's what makes it exciting, is that we're getting there.
Yeah. Well, also, now we're fighting in the turf of King Goma. Right, he has a little bit less control in the other realm, in the other worlds, but now in the Demon World 1 is where he has his entire army, his people. He knows the area, so he's gonna have an advantage that he didn't have before.
Yeah, for sure. All right, Amari says, what are your thoughts on people who are still saying that Daima isn't connected to Super, despite the fact that the show basically tells us connected? I mean, I did a video years ago called Willful Ignorance in the Dragon Ball fandom, and a lot of folks loved it and a lot of folks didn't. The reality is, bro, you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink. There's people in the fandom that still think that Toriyama was threatened into making Goku the main character again. There's people that still think that Bulma's last name is Briefs. There's people that still think that it was supposed to end at the Cell Saga. I have done debunked videos on all these things on my channel. I'm only one man. Unfortunately, there's communities out there like Facebook and Instagram that are very, very they're very unethical with the way they break news. They're very like full of shit, and they just say whatever without actually knowing what they're talking about, and that's what leads to misinformation. I'm going to be honest about this. And like I always have been. I found out about Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in July of this year, actually late June. And when I found out, I thought it was bullshit. When I was told that there was going to be a Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta in Daima, I legitimately thought I was being trolled. Because you have to understand, people try to email me fake shit all the time. Like all the time, I got motherfuckers, hey, bro, I work for Toei. Check this out. And I know it's fake. Like, motherfucker, I know real people, dog. You're not going to fool me. So when I was told about Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, my initial reaction, and can you blame me, was, come on, bro, they're not going to do that. Then when I double sourced it and someone was like, yeah, no, they're doing it. I saw it. And then I actually saw it for myself. I've seen that design. That Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta design, I saw it in September, actually in August. I was just like, whoa, like holy shit, they actually are doing it. Like I said, you can't force everybody to accept the truth. Saint Fisuto says, do you think Majin Buu and Majin Buu will be the closest thing we'll get to having the Dragon Ball online versions of the Majin race in the main story? Very, very possible. Great point. One of the things I want to point out to you guys and to you, Mr. Senpai, now it makes sense as to why Heroes was ended this year and Super Divers began. Here's the issue. Dragon Ball Heroes has a completely different continuity and canon to Toriyama's Demon Realm. In Heroes, the Demon Realm was created by ancient demons that existed in the multiverse first. Now we found out through Daima that the Demon Realm predates the main multiverse. That's all new lore. So I think that Bandai probably knew, okay, Toriyama's changing all this shit and just ended Heroes for that reason. So that's why Mira and Toa have sort of been soft rebooted as Dr. Arinsu and Glorio. They're not the same character, but they're borrowing aspects of them. It's like how there was Dragon Ball Z.
Fancy and Glory.
No. Arinsu. No, because Arinsu is Toa. Because Toa is an evil magic scientist like Arinsu is. That's what I'm saying. Like they're borrowing ideas from Heroes, but the origin of the Demon Realm has changed. All right, let's get through this one here. Douglas Danera says, do you think Supreme Kai Shin will have more fighting scenes? Yes, I think he'll have a big fight near the end. What was the guy's name is what was the question? He says, I hope Do learns how to turn people into chocolate. Time for Glorio to make a move. That had to be one of Vegeta's best fights ever. That's one of the best Vegeta moments of all time, I think. Mr. Senpai, I'm going to ask you a question, and I'm going to ask the entire chat this question now. So, guys, please vote on your screen. I'm going to put a poll up. Please vote. Do you think that Majin Buu will absorb Majin Buu? Some are saying fusion. I'm going to say it one step further. Do you think Buu absorbs Buu? They make a new being who's a good fighter but also smart. What do you think?
Yeah, it has to happen because right now we obviously know that. Majin Buu was able to defeat what Tamagamis, right? But in order to really face off against Goku and Vegeta or whatever King Goma has planned, you really need a fusion between the two because they're lacking, right? Also, Majin Buu, he has some of the abilities of Majin Buu, but he doesn't have the brutality of Kid Buu, which
Kid Buu
Majin, right? Whereas Majin Buu, he is a smart fighter. But I also noticed that the way he was fighting was a lot more aggressive, a lot more. He's not as strong as Majin Buu, but he does have that aggressiveness. So if you combine the two, you're potentially going to get a character that is not only as aggressive as Kid Buu, but also has brains, smarter than Vegeta and Goku and all these characters, right? So that's going to be a very interesting character because I always wondered what would happen if Kid Buu actually was intelligent. I mean, some of the abilities that Kid Buu had was just insane, but he didn't have the intelligence. It's going to happen. I think that fusion is going to happen, but it's going to be forced. It's going to be absorbed. I don't think it's going to be volunteer or through bugs. I think Majin Buu is going to go crazy. I need chocolates. He doesn't get the chocolates he needs. He gets pissed off at his brother, absorbs him. Bam. That's how it's going to happen.
Well, I think because some people in the chat were saying, well, what if Buu absorbs Buu? I don't think Buu can do that. Majin Buu is the one that has like the flabby body and he can bend. So it seems like Buu. See, it's funny because the way you look and the way I look right now, I could play Majin Buu and you could play Majin Buu, bro. Next time we go to Thailand, you dress up and you got the height too. You dress up like Buu and I'll dress up like Buu, bro. We'll do it. So I think Buu can absorb Buu and then he'll definitely get an intelligence boost. But the reality is, man, Majin Buu and Majin Buu, yes, Majin Buu is stronger than Majin Buu and did beat Tamagami 1, but they're not on the level of the old Majin Buu. These are kind of like I mentioned before, counterfeit, versions of Majin Buu. Like they're not
Yes.
the real thing. Even Marva said that was a complete accident. So like it was a surprising accident. Okay. Wait a minute. Oh, wait, okay, here we go. RPT says, I'm surprised Shin hasn't read Glorio's mind. There's probably a reason for that. Like I don't think he can just do it without you letting him in. And then, okay, so JXV88 says, bro, we know it's going to be Vegito versus Fused Kudu.
Vegito, I kind of can argue against that part, but the second part I agree.
Okay, let's talk about it, because this is one of those situations where I may know too much, but I'm not sure. I think what do you think? Tell me what you think is going to happen with Fusion as far as the Fusion bugs go, because that's going to happen. But we got 8 fucking main characters here in the Demon Realm in that little group, not including Neba. How do you feel it's going to go down?
If it does happen, it's going to be through the bugs. And we did see the foreshadowing of Vegeta saying, I don't eat bugs, even though he has in the past. We saw it in the manga. We saw he eats bugs. But I just think it's cheap.
Well, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I want to address this guy. He left super chat. Here's the thing. You say you know, but you don't know. I mean, you genuinely do not know. And I'm going to tell you why. Even if Goku and Vegeta fuse with the bugs, it's not going to be Vegito, because Gogeta is Metamoran fusion. Vegito is Potara fusion. It would have to be another name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because it's a third type of fusion.
Yeah. It's a different type of fusion. So if there is a fusion, it will be through the bugs. I personally don't want to see a fusion between those two characters because I think it's unnecessary. We already got a new transformation with Vegeta. We got Goku testing his abilities in his younger body. We don't need to go that far. But I do want to see a fusion, and I think it's going to be Majin Buu, Majin Buu through absorption. Absorption, yeah. But I'm not ruling out the bugs just yet. I'd rather the bug just kind of give them like maybe a new transformation or something like that. I just think fusion is kind of cheap. We know that Vegeta hates fusing, and Goku is also not really a big fan, right? Are we going to get a villain? Are we really going to get a villain that is so powerful that you are forced to fuse Goku and Vegeta? I just don't think so.
Well, that is going
to... You know too much.
Sort of. That's going to tie into the third eye. So here's what I do know about the third eye, because we should talk about this.
Yeah.
The third eye, right? This ancient artifact that was lost by Dabura's dad. I said this a few streams ago, and I said it on a couple of videos. I don't know if you saw it. Mr. Senpai, but
no.
If Dabura had the third eye, he would have defeated Majin Buu. He would have defeated Super Saiyan 3 Goku. That should tell you how powerful that third eye is. Whoever gets their hands on that third eye is going to be extremely, extremely powerful. Now, does that mean they're going to be stronger than Vegito? I don't know about that one, because Super Vegito in the original Dragon Ball manga and Dragon Ball Z is the strongest character beyond anything. Like, you got to eliminate Super, eliminate Beerus and Whis. For the original story, Dragon Ball Z and the manga, Vegito's the strongest. I don't know if the third eye is going to make you stronger than Vegito, but it's going to give you a boost beyond Super Saiyan 3. So something is going to happen for them to beat whoever gets the third eye.
Now, could it be, when we're talking about strength in regards to the third eye, because we saw that the anime talked about how it gave you like ultimate power, something like around those lines, but we also are in the demon realm where magic seems to be the primary factor here. So perhaps when he's talking about strength, it's not talking about increasing your actual like strength, but perhaps your magical abilities, even surpassing that of Moro, perhaps maybe surpassing Babidi. Who knows? But I think when it comes to the third eye, I think it's going to focus on magic.
Look, this question or this comment, brother, you really need to watch more content. Like everything he's talking about here, I've discussed in videos already. It's like people, hey man, Daima's connected to Super. No, it's not. Daima's connected to Super. No, like how many fucking times? So, do we have to wait for the end of Daima for you to believe me? Is that what's gonna happen? Like, it's like fuck, bro. All right, so B Weezy Bindle says the bugs is giving divers 10 years of content. Yeah, with the fusing, he's right about that. It's like the Fusions video game. Do Still York says, if Goku and Vegeta fuse via the bugs, I hope they get a bug-like outfit, similar to how the Metamora fusion gave them that Ginny-looking outfit. Yeah, that's the Metamora clothing. So that'd be silly, bro. But Daima's silly. What do you think about?
Oh my god. Yeah, that'd be hysterical. That would look so weird. Yeah, I hope. Please no. Please no.
Yeah. JXV, don't you think Goku will have another transformation? Toriyama does this all the time when Vegeta gets a new form. I mean, that is a good point. He does do it all the time. Vegeta gets a new form. But guess what? Vegeta didn't get a new form in Dragon Ball Z. Well, I guess he got Super Saiyan 2 off screen. And then in GT, he got one after Goku did. So, but I know what he means. He's saying that once Vegeta catches up to Goku, Goku gets a new form. And it's always been like that. What do you think about that?
Well, Vegeta is the second main character, and he's always going to be below Goku. So you got to have a way for him to sometimes surpass Goku, or just look cool. He's still kind of a side character, even like he's a secondary main character, but not really. It's still Goku's story. So I'm totally fine with him having like more transformations, etc.
Yeah, and then JXV says Vegito has 0 wins. Gogeta is better, also undefeated. Yeah, but Vegito, I shouldn't have to explain this, bro, but I'll explain it. Vegito could have killed Majin Buu at any point he wanted to. He just wanted to get absorbed. You can say he has 0 wins. He wanted to get absorbed. He purposely was trying to piss off Majin Buu to get absorbed. That doesn't count as a loss to me. And as far as Vegito and Zamasu goes, Zamasu also wished for immortality. If Zamasu had never wished for immortality, buddy, Vegito would have stomped his fucking lights out. You can see it in the episode. Like, you're underestimating Vegito because you like Gogeta more. And I'm going to tell you this. I also like Gogeta more. I'm with you. But it's not about Gogeta being stronger. Also, there's no way they can do Gogeta and Daima. Why? Because in Dragon Ball Super Broly, Goku has to teach Vegeta the Metamoran pose. Vegeta's never done Gogeta in the Dragon Ball Super timeline. So because of that, you're not going to see Gogeta and Daima. Maybe you'll get another fusion, but it's not going to be Gogeta. All right, and then Omen says, what if Neva and Piccolo eat the fusion bugs? Well, they can do Namekian fusion, but what do you think about that?
Namekian fusion?
I don't think it's going to happen.
No, the bugs. Something different, something unique to the demon realm.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Let's actually lay this out here. Whatever new transformation Goku may or may not get in Daima, listen to me. Whatever new transformation Goku may or may not get in Daima, he's not going to be able to use it in Super. So clearly, whatever he gets is going to be something that he's not going to train to earn, that he's not going to remember to use in Super. Therefore, whatever he gets is going to have to be something exclusive to the Demon Realm. So, yeah. So, what other topics do you want to knock out before we start taking these calls?
Yeah, so we talked about the fusion. Well, let's talk about King Goma. At the end of the episode, he seems to have a trump card, but what is that trump card that he's going to use when we come back to episode 13? You have any ideas?
Well, he said something like the last line is a little one of those things that's like kind of a different translation. But he basically was like, okay, then, like almost like he now accepts that Arinsu's betrayed him, and he now accepts that Goku and Vegeta are much stronger than he thought. His plan is falling apart. His plan was, I'm going to depower these fucks, and I'm going to take Dende to make my own Dragon Balls, not realizing that Goku and Vegeta are now not only back to where they were, they are stronger than they were in the Majin Buu saga. So now Goma is in deeper trouble. So he's going to have to figure out something. I don't know exactly what. Maybe he has another villain that hasn't been revealed yet in his back pocket. He doesn't have the third eye yet. We know Hybus has it, but when he sees it, he's going to go for it.
Because it's been stated more than once. I would say maybe 2 or 3 times. Multiple times it's been stated that the King Goma, highly intelligent, also very powerful when it comes to magic. Yeah. And I keep seeing it over and over as I'm watching the episodes, and I'm like, but I'm not seeing it on screen. I'm only seeing it, people talk about it. So there's something going to happen in episode 13 or 14 where we're finally going to see what that's all about. What is this additional powers that he hasn't revealed? Because he seems kind of weak, to be honest. I mean, the way he reacts to Goku and Vegeta fighting the Tamagomis, he looks like a weak character, but clearly he's not. There's something about him that we don't know.
Let me ask you a question. If I were to reveal, and if you see that light flickering, it's because my bulb in the back is going bad. I'll change it after the stream. I'm not going to stop the stream for that.
I thought that was Toei attacking you.
No, they attacked me here, bro. He hate me, bro. So if I reveal when the final battle begins, would that be considered a leak? It would, wouldn't it? Right? Even though I'm not going into detail, what do you think?
Yeah, it would be considered a leak.
Yeah. So I don't want to say it, but there's still a few more things left to have happen first.
Yeah.
So the next episode preview really didn't give us much. It's like it looks like it's Goku and Vegeta fighting these looks like beavers that are like possessed or something. I don't know.
What about that? What about that zombie place that they mentioned earlier? Remember, like a couple episodes ago, they mentioned like a zombie forest or something like that.
Did they? I don't. Maybe they are going to go there. Was that in the second Demon World?
That's the thing though. That was in a different demon. It's not in the first Demon World. I also want to talk about Neva. All right, the Namekian, because this guy is hella powerful. He's kind of OP, even compared to Monaito. I thought Monaito was OP, but Jesus, Neva is on a different level, and he's the oldest Namekian that we know of. Whereas the other Namekians like Monaito, he's lived over 500 years. This guy has lived over thousands of years. So my question is he too powerful to be kept alive? Because the way he creates these Dragon Balls
he's not a villain though.
He's not a villain, but is he a liability to be kept alive? Or
well, he's been in the demon realm for a long time, so maybe if he stays there, it'll be fine. I don't know. What do you think?
Well, King Goma seems to have an agreement with him. Because King Goma has the ability to kind of take the lifespan of other characters and potentially give that lifespan to other people, and perhaps that's how Neva's been staying alive for so long.
That is how for sure.
Once King Goma gets defeated, he's not going to have access to that.
That's right.
To that machine anymore, and
he'll just die of old age.
I think so. I think he's the last Namekian really with so much knowledge, and I think he has to die. I mean, he's way too OP.
What if he says, this is not a leak, but what if he says some shit like, before I die, I want to go into the main universe and visit my son Monaito. What if he fucking says some shit like that, bro?
My son Monaito.
I'll choke myself, bro. I'll do the David Carradine, bro. I'll choke myself in the closet if that happens. Let me real quick address this guy. He said, you're not scared of leaking normally? What's different now? I do not leak things on live streams anymore unless the stream is called a leak stream. Anything that I reveal, any Dragon Ball spoilers are going to be in spoiler videos with warnings, not on the stream. So it's not that I am scared. I'm just not going to leak things on the streams because not everybody wants to know everything. So I'm trying to be fair to everyone.
guys, when we started YouTube channels, we don't know how people are gonna react to this thing. So as time goes on and we're having experiences of how people react, etc., we're refining our process. And Geekdom has over time refined his process of how he gives out information. So I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, and ultimately the big surprise at the end of Daima, I don't think I want to reveal that just yet. Although it may leak from someone else prior to. I mean, there are, ironically enough, I know certain people that know, but not everybody knows. A lot of folks are like, oh, maybe it's happening, maybe it's not. I don't know. Air Dog says first time Vegeta won and didn't kill his opponent. Is it? Let me think for a minute.
No.
Well, he technically didn't kill Goku when he beat him. He beat Magetta in the tournament. Well, that was after though. Maybe at this point in the timeline. In Super, he beat
this point in timeline.
Yeah, in Super he beat Magetta in the tournament and didn't kill him. But as far as in the timeline goes, Majin Vegeta technically knocked out Goku without killing him, but again, now we're being technical. Hugo says, on that note, will there be a leak vid soon then? I don't think I'm going to leak any more stuff, bro. It depends. We'll see. Would it be a leak to tell us if the third eye will be used in any way in the final battle of the series? I think I've already revealed that's going to be an important thing.
Yeah, and even if you haven't leaked anything, because I haven't seen the video yet, but I mean, it makes sense, right? It's been hiding in plain sight this whole time. It's been talked about. Clearly, it has a bigger purpose for the ending.
It was talked about in episode 1, bro.
Yeah, but it's been seen throughout.
So, you know, that's what I'm saying. Like, it goes all the way back to episode 1.
To episode 1, yeah.
Okay, I got to address this one as well. This Janemba thing. I don't know how many videos I've done about this. Do me a favor, Lester. Watch my breakdown from last week. That's all I'm going to say. Watch my breakdown video from episode 11 if you want your answer. All these things have been answered in videos. So it's just you got to watch. But it's there. So watch that video. So you're thinking that Neba might bite the big one?
He's just too OP, man. And I don't know what's going to happen to King. Because the thing about Dragon Ball, we're finally seeing blood again. But are we going to see characters die? Are we going to see villains die? And that's the thing. Are they going to just become friends or go to prison, etc.? And this is the demon realm we're talking about. There's a lot of shady characters who could potentially take advantage of Neva. You know, especially being that Neva is kind of neutral and has shown that he's willing to cooperate for his own, extend his lifespan. So I think he's just too powerful to be kept alive. So, in my opinion.
Well, yeah, and that was kind of it. Like, who do you think's gonna die? Because I feel like Majin Ku and Majin Du, I kind of want them to survive, but I'm not sure if they will. I think Goma is inevitably gonna die. I don't know that for certain, but I think he's going to.
I think Dr. Arinsu is going to die out of all of them because Goma, just this little tiny character. I mean, does Toriyama really kill off the small characters? You know, the ones that look kind of.
Well, he's a powerful magician, though. That's the thing. So what do you think? Are you saying he's going to turn good?
No, but whereas Babidi was just evil. I mean, this guy was just disgusting. But
right.
King Goma, he's messed up, but he's a lot more, and like the way he reacts to things gives me an idea that he could either be just sent to prison or something else could happen where he's not killed off.
What if Arinsu kills him somehow?
That's a potential that she kills him. I think Dr. Arinsu, though, she's just really villainous. Like the way she acts, she's scheming and she's I don't think she can ever be kind of turned into the good side or turn neutral. She has to die. I
feel like and that could actually be a sad moment for Supreme Kai because maybe he realizes like, damn, this is my sister, but she's got to go. And that could be a sad moment. People were asking if there's going to be any sad moments in Daima, and I'm not saying that her dying is going to be sad for us as an audience, but for the Supreme Kai, he might see her and just be like, damn, that was my sister. She fucked up. She's evil. She's got to go, but it's still my sister. Bittersweet. So,
well, I don't know about in terms of sister, because when he talked about she's my sister, well, I mean, we came from the same tree, but they don't really have that.
They're not like close,
right? But I could see it as a loss because the trees are all dead.
Right. So there's only a few Glens left.
Exactly. So her dying really is a big loss to his species, and so that kind of don't want her to die because of that.
So let me get this poll done. So I asked, do you think Do absorbs Ku? 83% of people said yes, and 17% said no. So I think the majority of people want to see it. I think the next poll question is going to be, will Goma die by the end of Daima? So please vote. And we're going to go ahead. So here's what we're going to do with the predictions, all right? Because this is the prediction show. You're allowed 2 predictions, a safe one and a ballsy one. And when I say safe, a safe prediction is Dragon Ball Super will have a new arc in 2025. A ballsy one is they'll announce a season 2 of Daima, or they'll announce Super coming back as an anime, or they'll announce the next movie. That's more ballsy. Or something really ballsy like I think Gohan will get this from that person. I think they're going to go past End of Z. That's more ballsy. Safe predictions, like if you say Dragon Ball Daima will be loved by many, that's more of a safe prediction. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, I just wanted to do that. Do you let me get these last super chats, bro. Is there anything else you want to throw in before we get to predictions?
No, I want to get the super chats and then the predictions and then get some guests in.
Well, that's what we have. The guests are the predictions. Hugo says, on that note, will there be a leak vid soon then? Probably not soon. Air Dog says, Goma is Gohan in disguise. Clue is in the names, JK. Yeah. Well, I asked, let me see where this is at. So right now, this is a very close poll. Well, not that close, but it's closer than the other ones. 59% of people, or 60%, are saying Goma dies. 41% are saying that he doesn't. So it's still pretty close. We'll leave that up. Okay, so here's what we're going to do, y'all. I'm going to post an invite link in the chat. Make sure you have your camera and your microphone ready. If you have bad video or audio quality, we got to cut you off. Call in, talk to me and John. Give us your predictions. This prediction is not just Daima. It's Super. It's Daima, it's video game predictions. It's like if you think there's going to be a new game announced or DLC, it's anything you want to throw in there. Again, you're allowed 2, but please be aware of this. We cannot have one person on for too long. I want to be fair with everyone's time. So we're not going to have a super long conversation. We'll probably just react to what you're saying. So is that fair, bro?
Yeah, guys. So no fillers. Just get straight to the point.
Now, if you want to say how much you love our videos, Lord knows that me and John's low self-esteem, we need that. No, I'm kidding. The link is right there in the link is right there. Daima could be a side quest for other movies. I don't think it's a side quest. But I see why you would say that. It's definitely not part of the super quest, but it's a quest.
Maybe what they're trying to say is that the lore that has been revealed in Daima is going to come back or somehow connect to the future of Super.
Not only is that true, but I already revealed that like 5 months ago. I was told I'm going to say it again, prior to Toriyama's passing, I was told that events, characters, and locations in Daima are going to eventually make their way into a future Dragon Ball Super story, but that was before Toriyama passed away. I don't know if that's changed. We just don't know. Do you allow mobile cameras? Yes, as long as it's a good camera. That's what matters the most. So we already got somebody in. You want to bring them on?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Bosnian legend.
Ooh, what a sick name.
Can you hear me?
Hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
we
you,
hear you,
bro.
brother.
What's up?
My
Are you
bad.
at work?
Look, now I'm at the grocery store, but I'm just walking out right now. What's up, bro?
How are you?
I'm good. What's up, Mr. Senpai? Let me say, I know why you're in Thailand. I know you got a specific reason why. I'm not gonna mention it, but I know.
I know
Nah,
why
it's not,
too, bro.
Nah, it's not that, man. I don't pay for that stuff. Nah, it's
Wait a
just,
minute. He's on the right track though.
Look,
all you
I've
gotta
been
do is
there.
all you gotta do is hit the gym, and that's it, man. Everything else
No.
is smooth sailing. So
Nah.
I'm here for the food. I'm here for the food and the culture.
That's what they all say, but we know. Just get checked. Just get checked when you get back. All right, brother.
Hey.
Before,
All right.
All right, Bosnian, before we get to your prediction, all right, Rolo says, why is Toei so against Dragon Ball doing a new season of Super? It's not Toei, it's Shueisha. I've already answered this. If you want to know why we have Daima, not Super, go into the search browser, type in Geekdom 101, where is Dragon Ball Super, why Dragon Ball Daima? And I have a video that tells you the entire story as to why Daima exists and not Super. I have answered that at least 3 times, bro. Please watch that video. It's too long to go into. So Bosnian,
I saw that video twice. It's a good video.
I appreciate that. You have 2 predictions, a safe one and a ballsy one. Let me know what your safe one is.
Okay, can I make a prediction about Super? Because I kind of know some stuff about Daima.
Super, Daima, video games, anything you want as long as it's Dragon Ball related.
All right.
If you're going to tell me that you think Naruto, I don't care. That's not what we're talking about here.
All right, I'm not gonna bring up Daima because I know some stuff and I don't want people to go on your stream saying, "Oh, Geekdom said this," and they can shut the hell up. But I have a prediction for Super. All right. So in 2022, I think 2022 was kind of the year where Dragon Ball stopped being a safe series, because everything we had before that in Super, it was all safe stuff. It was, there weren't, I'm not going to say there weren't any stakes because we know that, but they weren't really doing anything. And then 2022 came, and then we had fucking Gohan Blanco, which I don't fucking care what nobody says, Gohan Beast. No, they took that from Gohan Blanco. And then we had then we had Black Frieza, and we had fucking Broly fighting MUI Go. Like, we had a bunch of stuff. I think Super is gonna go bold. 2025, 2026, Super, they're gonna do some crazy shit. Like Beerus. Okay, this is my goal prediction. Beerus is gonna get fucked. 2025, by the end of December, Beerus will be dead. That's what I want to say. I don't know how he dies.
Wait a minute. That is a ballsy prediction. Hold on. So you think that
has balls to do it?
You think Beerus is going to die by the end of 2025?
Yes. And the reason I say that is because if you look at how Toyotaro writes now and how he wrote 6-7 years ago, it's like, I'm not going to say they gave him more freedom, but he has more hair on his balls, if that makes sense. And I think he knows that. And I think Kiryoku knows what the fans want now more than ever. So I think they are just going to say, you know what? Kill Beerus.
That is a very ballsy prediction, bro, because I'm going to be real with you. I have been wanting, by the way, y'all, I just want to say the link is in the chat if you want to call in or you can super chat your prediction, whichever one you want. Okay. So I've been wanting Beerus to either die or come close to death since Resurrection F. I really thought that when Resurrection F was coming out, that Frieza was going to beat Beerus. Maybe not kill him, but beat him to make him the new top villain. And to this day, they haven't done it yet. So that is a ballsy prediction.
I think it's what they have to do, because there's only so much story you can write playing it safe. You know what I mean?
Who's gonna beat him though? Who's gonna kill Beerus?
If you put a gun to my head and I had to tell you something, gun to my head, Frieza goes to Zuno. he tells him, "Oh, you could just kill him by killing Kaioshin," and he just.
Oh, wait a minute. You're talking about him doing it that way? I thought you were talking about killing Beerus by actually killing Beerus. You know what I mean? Like defeating him.
Anyway, as long as he dies, because he's my favorite character, Beerus. He needs to die.
I agree. He needs to die. Maybe not forever, but he needs to die so that we're like, holy shit. Like, I love Beerus too, but it's like if Beerus dies, that immediately establishes the next villain as being serious. John, what do you think about that?
Keep in mind that Toyotaro right now he's in a pickle. He's in between two walls. If he goes too extreme, people are gonna, he doesn't know how fans are gonna react now that he has to be in the shoes of Akira Toriyama after his passing. So I think initially he's gonna play it a little safe and just kind of test the waters to see how people react to him being the man in charge in terms of the story. So that your theory, I don't think it's gonna happen for like another 5 years, to be honest.
That's fair. There is more pressure on him. That is true.
There's a ton of pressure on him right now. Yeah, I mean his mentor. I mean the guy he looked up to is, so he's got big shoes to fill, and every single thing is gonna be judged by not only the company but by the viewers too, the fans. So he just has a ton of stress happening right now.
I know.
Yeah, no, he does, and he's not. And I talked about this in the video I did about what's going to happen when Toriyama passes, or I'm sorry, what's going to happen now that Toriyama passed. And next week, actually, here on the Super Magic Show, Derek Padula will be joining us, and we're going to go deep into Toriyama because that's the Toriyama historian, and we're going to talk about this in more detail next week.
Can I mention something about Derek Padula?
Yeah, go for it.
When I was a freshman, I was writing a paper, right? And in order to not fail out of college, I had to get a 96% on this paper. I swear by Allah, this is true. And I was like, let me write it about Dragon Ball because we had to write about something I forgot. Yep. And
Alhamdulillah.
I took his works. Alhamdulillah. I took his works and I used it to write a paper. I cited it, of course. I wrote a paper. I needed 96. I got 99 on the paper.
That's wonderful, bro.
I don't know who Derek Padula is, but he saved my ass.
Well, you'll find out next week because he'll be joining us. His books have helped me a lot when it comes to like double checking stuff, researching stuff. Like he's very deep. Anyways, brother. Okay, so Beerus dies. That's your big prediction, and the safe one is what was the safe one again? That Super is going to resume.
I didn't say it. My safe one actually.
Okay.
The next arc. This is my safe arc. They're going to start a new arc. The arc's not going to have anything to do with Black Frieza, but every 2 or 3 chapters, they'll cut in and show what Black Frieza's doing.
That's a good idea.
Safe, that's my safe, nothing crazy, but that's what I would say.
That's a good idea because I think a lot of folks are assuming Black Frieza's next, but they don't have to jump to it right away. Yeah, because he left with the heaters, the 2 live ones, and it doesn't mean they're going to get right to it next. But like you said, they could show him in the background watching. Like, yeah. All right, brother. Well, I'm gonna remove you from the thing. So you'll have a great rest of your night. Thank you for your call in.
See y'all.
Take care.
Take it easy, brother.
All right. I should have asked him where he's from. What's your name? Where are you from? We'll do that next time. All right, let's bring the next person in. Augie6. Did I fuck up your name?
Augie, you're good.
Augie6.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Super Magic Show. What do I call you and where are you calling from?
I'm calling from South Texas, down by the border.
Hey, let's go.
Augie's good.
He's not Mexican, but a lot of people think he is. Remember the picture? So there's a famous picture. It was you, Juan. Who was the third guy?
You could pass for Mexican. You could pass.
No, he could. It was him, Black and Fist, and MJ. So MJ took a picture with Black and Fist and this guy and wrote 3 Mexicans, even though he's not Mexican, he's Venezuelan.
Bro, people in the Philippines think I'm Filipino. People in Thailand think I'm Thai. I'm everything, man. I'm whatever you need me to be.
Audrey, so what's your safe prediction and your ballsy prediction for 2025 Dragon Ball? Again, it doesn't have to be about Daima or Super. Just and if you get it right, we're gonna acknowledge it in a year. Maybe we'll even do a prize. We'll see. But go ahead.
Let's see. Safe one. I think the next arc might lead into something that we had in Daima.
That's
It might. It might.
I talked about that, yeah, because the fact that Clean God is in February and that then Daima's ending either late February or early March, that tells me that they're doing that for a reason. That is a very safe bet. I hope you're right, because I would love it if they went back to the Demon Realm with the powers they have in Super.
Yeah. Who would be the king now then, though? Would it be Arinsu, Glorio?
That's what I'm saying. It would have to be however Daima ends, right?
Glorio's still the wild card. We kind of forgot about that until that last little peek in the last episode where he looked over, what was her name? Pansy? Fixing the
Pansy.
plane.
Yeah, because we think that he unplugged it himself.
Why would he do that, though? That's kind of like the why.
Time.
Yeah.
Well, because to stall for time, because I think what's happening is Rinsu told him, listen, get the fucking Earthlings, go to the Demon Realm 1 and 2, get the ball if you can. I'm going to do what I can to get the balls, bring them to Demon Realm 3, because the whole plot that Rinsu wants is she wants Goku to kill Goma. That's what she wants. She wants Goku, Vegeta, and the Earthlings to kill Goma so that way no one can stop her, and she wants the Dragon Ball. So I think that's what Glorio's doing. Like, because if you go back a few episodes, Glorio was like, you should use the Demon Dragon Balls. He goes, we should save your friend and then hold off on using the Demon Dragon Balls. I think that was him telling him, we're going to use them. And I think they only give you one wish. So
I didn't say how many wishes you get on them. I don't think so.
No, they didn't. But in the first episode, he was like, they get 3 wishes? So that would imply it's got to be less than 3,
Yeah.
So what's your ballsy prediction?
Vegeta is the next candidate for God of Destruction. Whether he wants
That's
to or
not
not.
that ballsy. That's not that ballsy, though.
Whether
He's
he
already
wants
training
to or
under
not.
Beerus.
It's either Vegeta or Broly.
Yeah, because he's already training under Beerus. So he's already going to learn, Hakai and all that. But that's been okay. So are you saying he's going to get the job of God of Destruction, or are you
Beerus
saying
might go out?
So you're agreeing with the previous guy? Beerus is going to die. Vegeta takes his place.
If Beerus goes out, Vegeta will have no choice.
John, what do you think?
See, the way I can make that work is if there's a rule that in order for your universe to continue, you have to have a God of Destruction. But you also need a suitable God of Destruction candidate. You can't just be any random person. So then they can go to Vegeta and say, look, if you don't become the God of we lost Beerus. If you don't become the God of Destruction, your universe is toast. At that point, he has no choice, right? He's going to do it for his family.
But I think that's still temporary. I don't think he's going to stay there because
maybe an interim thing.
Yeah, interim until they find somebody else. Yeah, because Vegeta wants the power of Beerus, but I don't think he wants the job. Because remember, and this has been a couple years now, but me and John talked about it. I don't even know if you remember, Opie. We talked about how Vegeta only gives a shit about protecting his wife and his 2 kids, and he can't take the job. And remember, when he first did Ultra Ego, he couldn't really activate the power because Beerus was like, you're still feeling guilt. You have to let that go. So I feel like if he were to become a God of Destruction, it would have to be temporary because I don't think Vegeta has it in him to kill innocent people anymore. Like, it just, he's changed a lot from when we first saw him. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, temporary, yeah, but it can't be permanent because it's just not something that I think he would like. But like you said, maybe he'll do it unwillingly.
He'll have no other choice but to do it. And that's how he'd end up Hakai Frieza. That leads into the arc.
See, that right there is what you just said is something I predicted like 2 years ago, because everybody said, oh man, Vegeta's never gotten to kill Frieza. Trunks has gotten to kill Frieza. Goku killed Frieza in Resurrection F. Even fucking Gohan one shot at him in Fusion Reborn, but Vegeta hasn't been able to. So I'm thinking, okay, if Vegeta's learning UE and if Frieza has Black Frieza, the way I see it is eventually when Vegeta truly masters UE, I think Vegeta will be the ultimate guy to permanently get rid of Frieza. Not to kill him. Hakai means that you will no longer exist. And I think that would make sense. Then not only would the Vegeta fans who have been wanting him to kill a major villain finally get what they want, Vegeta will get a huge moment in being able to wipe Frieza away forever. So I do think that one, I'm not saying it's going to happen next year, but I think that's going to happen at some point.
Yeah, maybe
So
not this arc, but the next one.
Frieza might be a good candidate for God of Destruction if he. So
but he's
I don't know if you
also
wanna kill
evil,
him.
bro. But he's also evil too.
I
Like,
don't think Zeno would allow him to even take the job.
that's also true. Yeah, I don't know, because Frieza's very selfish and evil. Beerus, it seems like somebody who kind of has the job and is kind of not stuck, but you know, like he just accepts that that's what he's doing. So, but
Yeah.
dude, the good thing about Beerus getting trounced is that Whis will also get trounced. And you know, I said this 5 years ago, bro.
Is Mirror's back as an angel or still immortal? Mirror's.
I don't know. They never actually said. We know he got brought back. You're right, but they never said if he's still an angel or if he's going to be a normal guy. But like 5-6 years ago, when Whis used his magic to bring Frieza back to life, I was like, well, we don't even need Dragon Balls anymore, bro. We got Whis now. So Whis getting taken out, I think, is necessary to create that drama. Because, dude, it's like Goku being buddy with the gods has ruined drama in Dragon Ball because the gods can just come in and save him whenever they need him to. So they got to go somehow, and I think it should happen. Again, not permanently, but for a little while, you know?
It's that whole Interpol thing that cuts the suspense.
Mirrors is immortal.
No, he's not immortal, but I'm saying I don't know if he's
mortal.
Oh yeah, they didn't say like whether he's gonna just live as immortal or not, but he could definitely still be around. I just don't know. Okay, Algie, man, thank you for stopping by, brother. I really appreciate the predictions, and I hope. Well, the Vegeta one, I think a lot of people want to see that, so I think I hope that they eventually do it. We'll see if it'll be in 2025. So happy New Year, man.
Yeah.
Take care. Happy
New Year, brother.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. Let's get a couple super chats in, then we're going to bring in a couple more people. Hold on. Okay. DJ Ish says, hey, Geek, have we already seen the final boss? I cannot comment on that. And yes and no. Let's put it that way. Yes and no. The third eye is going to be a big deal here. Okay, and then Shamar Henderson says, there's no point in bringing back Super Anime. I don't know people why are concerned about, because this point Nozawa's up there. Well, I disagree that there's no point in bringing Super Anime back, but I think people need to like move on from it and just live their life and wait for that to happen if it ever does. There's no guarantee it will. There's no, like, I'm telling you right now, I have not spoken to a single person who I trust that has said that Super's coming back anytime soon as an anime. And even if I did, I just wouldn't say anything, because look what happened last time. Plans changed. Suddenly I get called a liar, even though plans changed and I had no control over them. So that's, but if I did find out Super was coming back, I probably wouldn't make a video about it, but I wouldn't like lie to you. I'm being honest. No one has said that. So whatever it happens, it happens. All right.
The Nozawa,
go ahead, bro.
The Nozawa is something I've been wanting to talk about for a long time, but it's such a sensitive topic. It's very hard to talk about it because it is a reality where she's 88 years old now,
Absolutely.
and the average life expectancy for a female in Japan is like 87 point something.
She's already past it, bro.
She's already past it. So this is, I mean, we're all adults here, so I feel like at some point we should be able to just talk about reality. What is the plan B for, after her time has come on this earth? What is plan B? What's going to happen next?
If it
we don't have
happens,
to talk about it now. If it could be another video.
Well, I'm saying if it happens suddenly, they're gonna have to find someone to like finish off her Goku duties. But I got some news for you. Sparking Zero is not the last Dragon Ball game. Someone's gonna have to come in and voice for Goku for future Dragon Ball games. So they have to find a replacement. Now I will tell you this, and I've said this before, but some of you are new and you haven't heard it. As of 3 years ago, I was told there is no replacement lined up, but that was 3 years ago. I feel like they should already have someone. You know what I'm saying?
They should have somebody.
Yeah,
there's too many stakeholders for them to just pause everything.
They need to find someone just in case. You know what I mean? DJ Ish says Hibius confirmed. Sorry about that. Thank you, Webhead. And the last one is for you, bro. Will Old Pie return to YouTube
next year? 2025. Right now, just watch Geekdom 101 exclusively.
Bro,
I'll come back at some point.
don't play with their heart, bro. You played with mine. You told me you were coming back and you didn't.
I'm traveling, bro. I'm having a good time. I'll be back once I'm back in the States.
I know you are, bro. I want to address this question. We're gonna get to these callers here. Cool Breeze says Geekdom low-key loves GT. I don't love it, but I don't hate it like everybody else does. There's things about GT that I like a lot, and there's things I don't like. What do you think about GT? Have you seen GT all the way through?
Oh, yeah. I'm not a big fan of GT, to be honest. But same thing. There's elements that I wish they took out of GT, things that I really like. There's just some things I don't like about GT. So
yeah. Let's go ahead and bring Christian O'Neill. Yo.
Christian O'Neill. What's up, brother?
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Hey, I can hear you, but there's a lot. Can you hear me decently? I can hear you, but there's a lot of noise going on. Like, are you at the gym?
No, I'm at work, so I'll just make it really quick.
Okay, all right, yeah. What are your 2 predictions? Go for it.
So, well, one of my predictions is I probably not going to come true, but I would love to see Majin Buu and Gohan appear at the end of Daima. Just because it's Majins, there's Majins, Gohan hasn't been seen. Probably not going to happen. My big prediction, which would be nice, is but you just said it a minute ago, so now I feel stupid, but I want to see the stakes rise. I want something to happen in Super in the future. God's taken out or something. Give us more of that Z feelings. That's been said a million times, man, but those are my 2 things. And also, I wanted to thank you for being such a huge person to knock out the disinformation and bring stuff to the community. Because, like you were saying earlier, I'll get on social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. It hurts my brain that how disinformed some people can be. So I've been watching you since like your 3rd or 4th video, man. So I appreciate everything you do.
That means a lot to me, man, and I completely agree. TikTok's another one, bro. TikTok, there's a dude on TikTok. I'm not going to say his name. I don't even remember his name. But anytime there's any fake, like, fan art, he puts it out as being, like, authentic leaks. And then when it doesn't happen, he never, like, makes a follow-up video saying, hey, I got this wrong. And I think that people should do that. I think there should be some responsibility. But thank you so much for the kind words. And so you want Majin Buu and Gohan and Daima. And what was the other prediction?
I think that would be awesome. And then just for the future of Super, yeah, I'd like to see the stakes rise, man. Something to happen to give us more. I know we have the Dragon Balls, but implication of death or this or that, just to keep us on the edge again, because like you said, with the gods, we don't really have that now. And I guess a final question is, do you consider doing anything like you did with the Kamehacon stuff again? I know more goes into the being said, but I don't know if you even understand how many people would love to just get to meet you, man. I missed out last time you did that, and I think that would be something amazing for the future, if that's in the works at all. But
I wouldn't mind traveling and going to conventions if I'm invited or if I can work something out with a convention. Like if you know a convention owner, I'd be more than happy to. I just don't. I'm not gonna ever work with Kamehacon again. Like that's not happening ever again. All future Kamehacons will not have me. Probably not Mr. Senpai, but something like Kamehacon, I would love. I would love to get involved. It's got to be the right people though. So we'll see.
Oh yeah, that's awesome, man. Well, I'll leave you guys with that, dude. And, it was an honor to actually get to speak to you, man. I appreciate both of you guys and everything you guys do.
Thank you so
Hey, man,
much,
thanks
man.
for joining us
Have
while
a
you're at
great
work.
rest of your day. Yes, thank you. Take care. All right, I put him back
Hey-
in. Yeah, that was kind of him.
Hey
Go ahead,
guys,
bro.
something that he mentioned. When you guys see things on Facebook and Instagram specifically, that's where you see a lot of misinformation. So definitely stick to YouTube and X for the most part, because Facebook and Instagram just a ton of misinformation.
If it's reported by Hype, Chronicles, Herms, there's some other ones too. But and I'm gonna say myself, it's probably accurate because, like I said, we're gonna bring in Brian here in just a minute. Like I said, I do my due diligence. Like I don't if I this is what I always say. I'm very honest with you. If I find out something and I can't double source it, I'll just tell you. I'll say, hey, I found this out. I can't double source it.
And that's the difference. A lot of these Facebook pages care about views. Geekdom cares about reputation. So the process is different for verifying things.
Well, a lot of people think I care about views. I mean, as a YouTuber, everybody cares about views, but I'm not going to sacrifice. Like, I'm not going to bullshit the people, bro, because I'm not. That's why the reason as to why I hate being called a liar is because I'm not a liar. And it goes back to my childhood. I'm not going to go into details here, but I hate being called a liar because I'm very honest about what I know and what I don't know. And so if I don't know, I don't know. Like, for example, the Dragon Ball Super movie thing, I was told that by one of the sources that worked on Daima. However, he also told me he doesn't think it's happening soon. And another leaker, I'll just say it's Chronicles. Chronicles told me he also heard about another super movie, but he hasn't heard about that in a while. So that might mean that it's going to happen later, or it might mean it's not going to happen at all. Toriyama's passing just leaves things open. Yeah. So it is what it is. Let's get to this. Okay. So Wayne, I'm going to bring Brian in just a moment. He said there will be a three-way fusion with the Tamagami. Well, when they showed the bug, right, they showed that three people confused. I'm going to tell you this. I love the Tamagami. And if we don't see them again in Daima, bro, I'm going to be disappointed. I would love it if the Tamagami like got together and came back and fought more. You know what I mean?
This is one of my favorite theories because I really want this to happen. I think it would just be such a great addition to Daima. They're so cool.
You mean the Tamagami fusing?
Yeah, because they're cool. I really like them.
I love them.
I thought I was gonna hate them at first because they're kind of generic, but they got personality. They're kind of cool. So I want them to fuse.
I do as well. It's mind-boggling whenever somebody says, is Dragon Ball Daima canon when Toriyama's name? This is why, again, why I say there is no canon, because if you look at Dragon Ball Daima, which has Toriyama's name all over it, including the fact that his name is in the theme song hidden in there, and you still wonder if it's canon, then that means that your perception of canon is weird and different. And that's why I say there's no canon, because people are constantly making up their own canons and they're wrong. They get it wrong. So it's more complex than that. Let's go ahead and bring Brian in. Hey, you are live. What's up?
What's up, Brian?
Thank you for your patience, bro. I apologize for.
It's kind of it's kind of honor to meet you guys on this stream.
Hey, what's up, Brian?
It's a pleasure, man. It's a pleasure.
I had to mostly to rehash some of the questions you guys, mostly one of the conversations you guys mentioned about. I forgot what it was. I might have lost track. on this
Of-
one.
Well, you got
Of this stream?
any predictions?
Yeah.
For the first one, it would have to be, since like I've been enjoying Daima so far. It is really a great telling story. Because I hope we get to see more of with the more potentials of the characters. They say I hope we get to see more with like what is it? I think Goma, but I know that Goma is supposed to be like he's pretty much not supposed to be the villain. I think he might be. I don't know. He might change or not. That's a bit confusing for me.
I mean, I cannot say much, but he is very goofy.
Very
However,
goofy.
yeah, however, again, that third eye changes everything because I'm trying to make people understand whomever gets that third eye and can tap into the power, that's real power. Like I'm not comparing it to like Whis, but for the Daima era, yeah, it's real power.
There was one thing I mentioned mostly about that third eye because that's where who was that one Majin that Bulma, Vegeta, and Piccolo were with? That's where I noticed that third eye was moving around in his belt. Like that's gotta be that third eye.
That is it.
That's gotta be.
He found it
That's
on
gotta
the mountain somewhere.
Yeah, like I don't know how he got it. That's the one thing that
he just found it. He just said, he goes, I found it near a mountain. So it was missing for so long. He just happened to find it. I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't think it's that crazy. You know what I mean? Like
in the beginning of episode 1, when Goma and Degusu were talking to each other, and Goma thought maybe like, how about we wish the first wish would be the third eye. That's where that third eye has already been now featured in one of those episodes.
Right. Yeah, and then we saw it. It's all foreshadowing. The good thing, it's a double-edged sword, bro, because the good thing about Daima is that the entire story's already been written by Toriyama and the Toei writers. Right, so they're able to foreshadow and tease things and build up to it. Whereas with Dragon Ball Super, it goes arc by arc. So this is why we have situations and problems where Goku masters UI and then suddenly Whis is like, well, you didn't really master it because you have to do this, this, and this. And it becomes this moving goalpost because they're not, with Super, I don't think they're planning like details. Whereas with like Daima, it's going to be its own story, basically. It's not separate from Super, but I mean like when Daima ends, Daima is all about the demon realm. Daima is a pun on Daima Kai, which means great demon realm. So the idea of Daima continuing and having it take place on Namek, no, probably not. So
probably not. No,
probably
but like
not.
you said, since after the recent episode I recently watched during, like, say, that Friday, I was blown away with Vegeta's transformation as going Super Saiyan 3. That was phenomenal to have. Like, I think you mentioned something in one of your breakdowns. I think the recent videos you break down about that is like did you mention something like an old design that Toriyama once had of Super Saiyan 3?
Oh,
yes.
That's where it got me thinking.
Yes.
I think Toriyama might have got some ideas using some references that he had from way back in the day when pretty much Daima was being planned on during 2 years ago.
Before that, these designs, I'll put them on screen so people know what we're talking about, even though they are in the video. But real quick, if you look at the screen, these sketches go all the way back to like 1994, 1995. This is when Toriyama was first coming up with Super Saiyan 3. And in one of the sketches, his hair is more back like Vegeta's. And in the other one, Goku has a tail. So we obviously didn't get the tail. And we didn't get the first one, but Vegeta got like sort of a mix of all of it, you know, but without the tail.
But what's most interesting is that like Goku was so surprised that he was able to, that Vegeta got it. Like, how was he able to get it? Bulma mentioned him that he's been training in that what is it called, the gravity chamber room.
Well, I don't think did she say the gravity chamber? I thought she just said he's been training and that was it.
I think that's probably what did first. I think she's
he always trains there. Yeah, he always trains.
Oh yeah, gravity, 100%. Yeah, like you never know because Vegeta's goal is always trying to catch up to Goku. That is the one goal that he's been trying to get to him. But what does Goku do? He continues training, but he's like always going up to one step ahead of Vegeta. So now with both of them, I don't think like Vegeta's still gonna have to learn more training with, like I said, I think you mentioned about UE, Ultra Ego,
Later,
probably with later down the road, for Super.
Yeah.
But for the bombing part is like, I think since I know that most fans are more like concerned if Super is ever going to come back with the anime. That to me,
I
there's no
wouldn't
point
even think
because-
about that now. Yeah.
No, when I talk to some old people I know, let's say TCG, I think one of my locals at tournaments I usually go to, I asked them, have you seen some of the Daima episodes? They said, oh, they only saw one episode or two. And I said, what do you think? They were good. And then they say, that's not interested for them. Like, I'm telling them, like, you guys got to watch the entire series to know this is a grandiose story that Toriyama pretty much created. And this is something that we need to accept on, right?
Mhm.
This is a series that I'm loving now. I'm moving away from Super, but I know that we're getting like a one-shot manga that's coming for next year. Is that true?
Yeah. I already covered that. Yeah.
Exactly. Because like if they're
Yes.
evolving with its story with, let's say, Goten and Trunks with God Cleaner, is that right?
The Clean God.
Yeah, him.
Yeah,
And-
the movie star or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to cut you short, brother. We do
go
have to
ahead.
try to get to the next guests.
Go
Well,
ahead.
yeah.
Yeah,
What's your
sorry.
prediction, bro? Yeah. What's your prediction?
My
You
prediction
get two. You get two.
Okay, my first prediction is I hope we get to see what the final boss looks like. It's probably not going to be Goma, or who knows who could it be? Could be maybe I'm thinking it might be maybe Daboros' father might be coming back. It could be. Who knows? It could be. But the second prediction is got to be with like I think probably with Black Frieza. Black Frieza has got to be put down, and the only person I think that should be able to take Black Frieza down, it's got to be Vegeta. I mean, he's the only one. He hasn't get a kill. He has not get the kill for Frieza.
Are you saying? Yeah. Are you saying that's going to happen in 2025? You think Frieza's going to bite it in 2025?
It could be, or maybe 2026. It may be. I don't know. That's a big possibility.
Well, we're talking about 2025 though. Like
that could be. Yeah.
Yeah. So that is your bold prediction is you think Frieza's done by the end of the year.
It could be. It could be possible.
Well, not could be. Is that your prediction, bro? Like you
know. Yes. Sorry.
Okay. Like is that your
Own it, bro? Own it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that your listen? If you're wrong, there's no shame. But if
There's
you're
no
right,
shame, bro.
It's a gamble. But if you're right,
it's a gamble. It's more like a 50-50 chance. It's like a 50-50 chance if it's a gamble. It's got to be a gamble.
Right.
Anyway, it's kind of great to see you guys on this. Mostly with the talk. So I hope everyone else gets the chance to see it.
So let me make sure I got you. So the bold prediction is Frieza's dead. The not so bold one is you think. Let me make sure I got this right. You think Abura's coming back to life? Dabura's dead? That's what you're thinking. Or maybe he never died. It was all bullshit. Maybe he's hiding somewhere.
Probably hiding. It's got to be either or.
That's fair.
Dabura's father still being, if it's possible, because we all know that Dabura is still in the other realm. He's still like
he's dead.
He's still dead. But what about his father? That's the one thing we need to figure out.
You're right. You're not wrong about that. You're not wrong. It went from Dabura, or I'm sorry, it went from Abura to Dabura, and then I'm using the Japanese pronunciation, and then
I can appreciate
Goma.
That, yeah.
Right. So maybe maybe Dabura killed him, or maybe somebody thought they killed him. Maybe he never died. The thing about these demon kings is that they can live forever because they can suck out people's lifespan. So it seems like someone would have had to have killed them. Are they going to reveal that as well? You know what I mean?
That might be.
I'm just guessing. Yeah.
I'm just guessing. I think your guess might be. You guys might be right or wrong. It's however the series goes.
Yeah. Well.
Yep.
I already have talked about we are going to find out more about Dabura, but I don't know exactly what yet, so we'll see. Okay, well, thank you for. Where are you calling from? I should have asked you that.
I'm from Warren, Michigan. That's where I live at. Clearly,
I was there 2 years ago.
Oh, really? I was.
Yeah,
in Warren, Michigan.
I was there for SummerSlam 2023. It was last year. Yeah, it was last
Yeah,
year.
I didn't.
And I went.
I didn't see.
Mhm.
I didn't see that summer. I didn't see that because I didn't see it on television or even on my Netflix though. I think they don't have it on Netflix, do they?
No,
I don't
not
think
no,
so.
no, no. Peacock. But
No.
I yeah, Peacock's where we're streaming at. But I went to Flint, Michigan, and I was afraid of taking a shower because I've heard about the Flint water. You know what I'm saying? So I know it's
Yeah,
not that
yeah.
bad though. Depends
No,
on where you
no.
live.
Yeah, I'm somewhere like around like pretty much about the Macomb County, mostly like I'm in Warren, Michigan. That's where I'm at, mostly kind of like somewhere close to like
Hey, don't leak your
State.
info.
Don't. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. So it's nice to meet you guys. I hope you guys
Yeah.
continue on with the talks, including the super chats. That would be great.
Yes.
I'll keep.
Thank you.
I'll still be on the YouTube part because I'll still be in the live chat. I'll still be in the chats, still listening.
Cool.
I appreciate that. Yeah. I appreciate that. Thank you for calling in, brother.
Yes, sir.
Take care. All right.
Yes.
All right. We got some good. Well, there was one more guy named Bilal who was coming in. I'm gonna give you a couple minutes to come in. If not, then we might be good to go. We got like 5 predictions. Do you have a bold? Do you, John, have a bold prediction and a not so bold one you want to drop?
Not right now. I need to think on this. Let's get to some super chats though.
We are caught up.
Yeah.
This is the last super chat that we've got in the queue right now. From JD, he says, "Do you think the Namekian Book of Legends will come up in Daima? Now would be a perfect opportunity with Nebai and Piccolo together. Same with Zalama. I think that with Nebai and Piccolo together, yes, that Piccolo learning more about the Namekian past and what's in the book, and where is the book? Where is maybe." For all intents and purposes, maybe Neba's got the book, bro. Maybe he's had it for a while. So there's a lot of possibilities there. What do you think?
But I was gonna say you should make a video on this because this is a great super chat. I mean, I think that's a great theory. The fact that the Namekian Book of Legends, when it was revealed, it wasn't really shown in a way that it's being gone or it's being erased or destroyed. It's just that it's something that exists. So right. I always wonder whether, like, who has the book? The book must still be somewhere. And it makes sense for Neva to be the one who has possession of this book. And however, the thing is, I don't think we're going to actually see the book being handed down to Piccolo because, remember, this takes place before. Right. So, but it's something that should be at least mentioned. And maybe Neva can mention where the book is. Right? If he doesn't have it, he may know something about it, and then maybe the future arc can cover that. But I think the Namekian Book of Legends is just there's so much lore that can happen from that. There's so much information that book has.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think it can be discussed, but here's the thing, though. So the dragon from Earth is the one that mentioned the Namekian Book of Legends. Now, does that imply that Kami, who created the Namek or created that dragon, was the one that, that he had the Namekian Book of Legends or read it? Not necessarily, because the dragons are all magic-based beings. So it could be a thing to where, anytime that a dragon's made, that dragon may have all that knowledge. I guess time will tell on that one. So next, do you have any more to say on it?
No, just the dragons have prior knowledge of the entire history of the timeline, probably. So
I would assume so. And at least going back to, like, now that we know about that Demon World 2, at least going back to that. There's a lot like what do you think? Let me ask you this before we get to I haven't talked to you about this yet, bro. What do you think about the introduction of Hybis and how that might tie into the Omni King? Because that's a question I'm seeing a lot. I covered it a couple weeks ago, but it's a recurring question that people bring up a lot, and they have a right to be curious about it because I'm curious.
Yeah, so the way that the anime explained, I'm not quite sure. Yes, he has the supreme authority, but I don't really interpret that as being necessarily mean that you're the most powerful, right? Because he was asked,
I agree.
He was directed, he was told, hey, create the multiverse. Somebody below him asked, hey, can you create the multi? It was the super Demon King at the time was the one who told Remus to create the multiverse.
Yeah. He
Right.
is the god of creation. Like, you want to talk about like how there's the Kais are gods of creation. He's the god of creation for making
He's
the
the god of creation.
Ah.
Now, he's probably still alive. I don't think the god of creation.
Shin said he was, so we don't know where he's at.
Okay, yeah. Right. So I think we are gonna see that character actually show up at some point in the future. Goku's gonna then befriend him, and it's just gonna be like very, very interesting how that plays into effect. Remember, there were some universes that were destroyed. If we do meet Remus in the future, could he then create new universes to replace the ones that were destroyed in the past by Zeno?
Is Remus Zenos' father? Are they related? Right. Or do they know? I mean, you would assume they know each other. Yeah, there's a lot of big mysteries about all of this that need to be solved.
Because before destruction, you have to have creation. So I do think that Zeno isn't at the same level, right? I think Zeno comes after. Yeah. Right? So, but Remus being but it's just interesting how Remus was able to take instructions from somebody lower than him. And I think the supreme demon king at the time did have that third eye, which allowed Remus to maybe respect the demon king, to then be like, all right, fine, I'll create the multiverse.
And we also, based on the way that Supreme Kai explained that, I don't think that Demon King was evil, bro. It seems like that Demon King was benevolent, and it was the ones that came later that were bad, like the Boris family. You know?
Yeah, I think you nailed it. Yeah.
That's my guess. We got a few more here. A random hero, Shifty, I see you in the call there. Make sure you have your camera on. Random hero says, spin-off shows, do you think they're going to pivot to content pumping like other shows that lost their creators? Well, with Toriyama's passing, that's the thing, bro. They've had opportunities to make spinoffs for years now on all the different universes, and they haven't. I just don't trust Shueisha and Toei to do what like Marvel would do with all this. What do you think?
Yeah, they've had so many opportunities. They're not gonna do it. They're gonna stick to Toyotaro being the new head of leading the manga. But they're not going to do a spin-off show, even though Geekdom and I both agree that they should. There's a lot. There's a lot.
It's money, bro, for them. Merchandise, games, like they just Dragon Ball has never hit its potential the way I think it should have, bro. Trey J says, what would be dope is if Gohan learns how to control his beast form through God power. He already I think he already figured it out in the last 3 chapters of Super. Right?
He did.
Yeah,
he did.
A little bit of time passed. Yeah, I think he's already figured it out. Will he get something higher, though?
See, at some point, in the current Dragon Ball Super manga, or at least the current timeline, Goku and Vegeta are just way up here compared to everyone else. So I do hope that Toyotaro really gives Gohan a bigger role to where he catches up and becomes the protector of Earth. Obviously, Piccolo got a power up, but it's still not enough compared to Goku and Vegeta. So yeah, he needs to have a bigger role. He can't just be sitting back as a father anymore.
I mean, and the fact that he's sitting out Daima, a lot of folks are mad about that. I see a lot of folks say, where's Gohan? Where's Gohan? And that's a fair question to ask because Gohan could have gone with them if he was there. I don't know. Again, I've heard things, but I don't know what to believe. So I'm sure we'll find out. Go ahead, bro.
How many times have we seen Gohan say, oh, I should have trained? Right? It happened when Frieza invaded
5
Earth.
times, bro.
And like 5 times, he said the same thing. I should have trained. I should have not stopped training. Bro, how many times are you? So at this point, I think Gohan has to go back to training and being really more serious with the training.
Dust Still York says, my bold prediction, Dabura comes back in Super and wages war on the mortal realm using the third eye. Maybe he goes after Remus and the gods. So who's gonna bring him back to life though? He's dead.
Yeah, he's dead.
Someone's gonna have to bring him back. Maybe a demon. We'll see. Okay. Guyver90, do you think that Moro was from the Demon Realm? Do you think at some point in the future we might see a version of Zykor since we got the Demon Realm? Well, Toyotaro, I think, created Zykor, so it's probably likely, or at least possible. As far as Moro being from the Demon Realm, I said this before and I'll say it again. If it barks like a duck, no, wait, that's not how it goes. If it quacks like a duck, if it walks like a duck, if it looks like a duck, it's a duck. He's got pointy ears. He knows magic. He's very old. He's a warlock. He's probably from the Demon Realm. What do you think?
He's millions of years old. Wasn't that stated in like, he's ancient. So, and his magical powers, the thing about Moro is that he wasn't very like that strong until he got his magical powers back. So yeah, it makes sense. I always wonder where he came from. He just didn't seem like somebody who came from just Universe 7.
He had to have been from the Demon Realm. It's almost
From
like
the
impossible.
Demon Realm.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I know. I said this. I said if it barks like a duck. I sound like an idiot. All right, let's bring Magan on. Yo.
Hello. Can you hear me?
How are you,
What's up, brother?
Yes. Can you hear
Yes,
me?
yeah. Okay, yeah. By the way, you always get my name wrong. So before, so it's not Megan, it's Magan.
No,
So,
that's what I was
Magan.
about to say. I was about to say, don't call me Megan, bro. Because last
yeah,
week I
that's
was
me.
like,
Yeah.
I was like,
Yeah.
is it Megan or Magan?
Yeah.
So
It's a Somali name, by the way. So I'm Somali. So that's why.
oh,
Yeah.
are you?
Yeah. But I live in the UK.
That's like Bashar, bro.
Yeah.
My buddy Bashar is Somali from. Is Magan a Muslim name?
As far as I can tell, my mom.
Arabic.
It's not sure exactly. It's a Somali name, but it's very rare. It's a very rare name. It's not that common.
Somebody in the chat said that they thought you were Diddy. He doesn't look anything like Diddy, bro.
What the
Yeah,
hell?
ignore that. Ignore that, man. What are your
Yeah.
predictions?
Rude. Yeah, what are your two predictions? Your easy one and your bold one.
So the easy one will just be when we get to Super, we're gonna deal with the Black Freezer stuff, because obviously you got that to deal with. And then my bold prediction would be by the time, because I feel like we're gonna have to go past the 10-year time skip. So once that happens, then I feel like maybe Goku and Vegeta will take a back seat, and then we're gonna focus more on the future kids. I feel like Pan will become like the new main character, because I feel like she's training with Piccolo. She will obviously go to Super Saiyan. So I feel like my bold prediction will be Pan will be like the new main character, something different from GT, if that makes sense.
A lot of people want that, man. Like I've seen the comments, like what you're talking about. A lot of people want that. I like I'm saying you are in good company because I think they should go past the end of Z just because of the drama version. And I agree with you that they should utilize the younger characters and make Goku and Vegeta more like coaches. I think Cobra Kai did a great job of kind of keeping the adults with their storyline, keeping the kids with theirs and having them interject. But Dragon Ball doesn't have writers like that. So, okay. So to make sure I got this right. So your bold prediction is that they go past the end of Z, right?
Yeah, and Pan will be the main character, basically, if that makes sense.
That is a bold prediction, bro, because Pan, that's even Pan.
What I'm saying is that, sorry to interrupt you, is that
no, go ahead.
it's just because she's training with Piccolo and she's just half saying herself. I feel like, I don't know, I feel like there's they're building her up somewhere. So I feel like, I'm not saying she's gonna be like how she's portrayed in GT, but I feel like she's got to be like a main character sort of alongside Goten and Trunks. But I feel like Pan just has maybe more potential of that, if that makes sense. Yeah.
Well, the fact saying that there's going to be a different main character from Goku, just that in and of itself is already a bold prediction. Because I said that a while ago. I remember saying, can Dragon Ball, a long time ago, I was like, could Dragon Ball actually continue with Goku not being in the lead? And I think it can, but I think Japan might be scared. You know what I mean?
Goku, they're going to feature somewhere. I'm not saying Goku and Vegeta are going to die. I'm just saying for now,
take a back seat.
when we go past the 10-year time skip, what's gonna, because I feel like the kids are gonna get older. Goku and Vegeta are too old. They're still gonna be featured, but I feel like with the kids, the only character I think of that has I'm interested to learn and seeing what potential they'll get is maybe Pan, and I don't know, Goten Trunks are really up to it, because especially Goten is like, he's, he has a girlfriend, or he's gonna get a girlfriend by, in the I don't know if they're really gonna go up, up with the training and that. Pan is currently the only one that is keeping up with her. Piccolo's training her, and she's keeping, doing the yeah.
What about Oob?
Okay, yeah, obviously. Okay, maybe Uber will be the main character, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah, maybe. It's either Pan or Ub. I'm not asking for GT repeat. I'm just saying,
Right.
Yeah, then that makes sense.
Well, Daima's got enough GT in it. Okay, well, I appreciate your prediction. I don't know about her being the main character forever, but if they focus on an arc with her, who was it, John? Who was it that used to make those like fan fictions that Oob and Pan like got married, bro? Because that always weirded me the fuck out, bro. You know what I'm talking about? People think
like, oh, the internet, man. See, the problem with having Pan as the main character, though, I could see that happening for just a few episodes, maybe like a side story, but having her as the main character will be such a downgrade when you've already introduced gods, multiverses, different realms, Ultra Instinct, all these things. Going to just a Saiyan, half human, half Saiyan, who's just starting out and who's not nowhere near that level, would just be such a downgrade for viewers. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Yeah, well, but I see his point though, in that they could build her up, but it's gonna take time. Like it's
gonna take
I don't think
time.
like what he's talking about is probably not happening in 2025. But if they spend
the future.
they spend time building her up. Yeah. All right, man. Well, thank you so much for your call. And I look forward to seeing you in the chat and see where things go.
All right.
All right. Take care, bro. He left before I could. Oh, we got a couple more here. SS Primal. Yo,
how are you guys?
I'm good. How are you? First, I thought your name was
Primal?
SS. I thought it was Primo, and I'm like, oh, he's Puerto Rican, but it's Primal, so you're not.
Primal.
All right. What's your two predictions?
All right, so my first prediction is that Goku or Vegeta, one of them is gonna get their hands on the third eye. I'm sorry, I keep getting a phone call on my phone. And
I don't see it, so you're good.
Okay. So with that, they're gonna go ahead and reach a new form with the Super Saiyan Demon or something like that. Is my prediction, like my small prediction.
So you think that Goku might get the third eye, and that's gonna make him transform into a new form?
Yeah, like Super Saiyan Demon or something like that is my prediction. And then for the big one,
that's good. That's good. No, that's good.
So,
that's real good. Go ahead.
Then for the future, like in Super, is gonna be that eventually they're gonna show that to Broly, and he's gonna turn into like a Super Saiyan Demon, and he'll go down the demon route, eventually becoming a Super Saiyan Devil, like how he calls himself. Oh, I am the devil, something like that.
No, I'm the devil in the old. Yeah, this guy's coming with heat, bro.
So
the thing is, everything you're saying is very realistic. That could happen. Now, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Do you think the new form looks like Super Saiyan 4? Because a lot of people seem to be under that belief that Toriyama's going to rewrite Super Saiyan 4, but have it be more tied to the demon realm, not like with the Blutz waves, like a different way of getting there. Do you think that's what it'll look like?
I don't know. The thing about it is that you put Super Saiyan 4 into another form, into another show, it'll take away from GT. You see?
What if they don't care anymore?
Yeah.
If they don't care, then whatever. But they've already also expanded it in Heroes, and they even added an extra form to it.
Yes.
So for them,
right.
That's the only, like, a lot of people consider that being the only good thing about GT. So if you take that away from GT, a lot of people will be like, why bother watch it if it's in another show?
Well, I will say this, though. We talked about this earlier in the stream. Heroes is done.
Right.
And I think they purposely ended Heroes now because they want they want Daima's backstory to be the one that everybody knows. So as far as I think it depends. I think Super Saiyan 4, if they bring it into Daima, I don't think it necessarily ruins GT. I think GT will still have its merit. It's almost like saying, well, when Dragon Ball Super Broly came out, I'm never going to watch the old Broly movies again. Like, so I still think they can do it respectfully and not take away from GT, but there has to be some differences. Like Super Saiyan 4 cannot be the exact same Super Saiyan 4. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Like
I hate using the word canonized. I like using the word repurposed.
Right.
So.
I think everything's all connected in a certain way because there's obviously like different like universes, like there's the future and etc. So I think it's all connected in a way. So that's just to me like it's all official. If it's made by Shueisha, Toei, or Bird Studios, to me it's official. I don't really care.
You're right. You're not wrong about that. And in many ways, you have to break it down by continuity. There's the Dragon Ball Super manga and the Dragon Ball Super anime. There's the movies like Battle of Gods. There's the anime version of the story and the manga version of the story. So that's what I'm saying. There is no canon because there's so many different canons.
Right.
Dragon Ball Z, the anime, the sequel to Dragon Ball Z, the anime, is GT, whereas Super could be seen more like a sequel to the manga, even though it's all very similar. You know what I mean? It gets very
correct.
When it comes to breaking down canon, bro. That's why I've actually made that video like 6 times and I've never finished it because things keep coming out. You know what I'm saying? Shit keeps coming out, but it's very nuanced. So, all right. So just to wrap up, we got one more person left before you go. You think that there will be a Super Saiyan demon form, and you think Broly will get it. It's later on. That's your two.
Later on, and then evolve it to like Super Saiyan Devil or something like that.
See, I actually like that a lot. I actually wouldn't mind it if Broly went on a rampage again, and then they have to stop him again, just one more time. Not saying he has to be a bad guy, but maybe he loses control. Because that's his thing. He loses control. I feel bad, bro. All I'm saying is I feel bad for what the hell was the name of his? I can't believe I forgot the name of his chick, bro. The green chick with the big ass. No, Broly's girlfriend.
Chilai?
Chilai. I was gonna say I feel bad for Chilai, bro, because let's just say that when Broly gets excited, bro, she might feel some pain in certain parts of her body, bro. We're talking about Broly here. We're talking about a guy. We're talking about a guy who loses control, could wipe out the solar system. So he needs to be very gentle with her. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Anyways, bro, thank you so much for stopping by, Primal. And
thank you very much for having me.
Yeah, and actually, I think I said a while ago that if Super Saiyan 4 is ever repurposed, calling it Super Saiyan Primal is actually the name that I think would work. So
I think so too, but it definitely gives that vibe for sure, like hardcore.
Yes. All right, man. Take care.
Alrighty, thank you.
All right, we got one more to go and one more super chat, and we're done, bro. Hold on. Okay, we have 3 more super chats. Then we're gonna bring Shifty in. Too many Saiyans on screen. Goku and Vegeta are enough. I agree, but that's what makes money for them. How do I call in? Do I still have time? I think we're gonna wrap it up, bro. I put the last call in the chat a few minutes ago. We can't be going forever. Look, he wants to go out. Yeah, you want to go outside, bro. You want to go outside?
I'm good. Don't worry.
You want to have some pad Thai, bro. So, I love Thai food, bro. I love it,
Thai
bro.
food amazing here.
I love it, bro. The Thai rice. Have you tried the Thai brown rice with all the chicken and the steak and the lobster in it? Oh my god, bro.
Dude, so good. So much flavor. Oh my god.
Yeah, because everybody makes rice different, like the Cubans and the Spanish people. And there's the Mexican rice. Then there's the Chinese rice. And then there's the sushi Japanese rice. And then this rice, bro. It's all good. Anyways, K Cruiser, my bold prediction. 2025 will be the year for Goten and Trunks to finally shine. Well, they sort of already did, but I think I know what you mean. Maybe their adventure could foreshadow Dragon Ball Online's Kiko Kenjutsu Sword School or something. That's a deep cut right there, bro. He's talking about the fact that in Dragon Ball Online, which takes place way after Dragon Ball Z, way in the future, he's talking about that there's a school that's opened up by Trunks on how to use sword techniques. I would love it if they implemented that. What do you think, brother?
That would be fun. Obviously, they're gonna have a bigger role in the future. I think that's why they're getting the one shot. That's what we saw them prominent in the movie recently. So, and I do want them to have a bigger role because besides them, there's Pan and yeah, that's it. And Piccolo is, not doing much these days.
Facts. Yeah, I would love it if like what Magan said, if Goku and Vegeta took a backseat even temporarily. You know what I mean? That would be great.
Yeah, temporarily. Let's do it.
I'm fine with it. Darius, the numerologist, says Pansy becomes the next Supreme Demon Lord. I could see that, bro. I could actually see that. Instead of being a princess, she graduates.
Quickly. So we obviously theorized that Glorio lied about not knowing how to fix a ship, right? But he allowed her to come. Why? Could it be that he may potentially use her as leverage, maybe kidnap her or something? Because she is a daughter. She is a princess.
Of the king of the third realm, yeah.
Exactly. And kind of keep the third realm hostage by using her as bait or as a hostage. So I think Pansy is going to be in trouble in the next few episodes, thanks to Gloria.
We might, yeah. Something they're going to hook up. Time will tell. Thank you, Horror Lord. And then from Omega TKJ, 2025 will be the year we finally go past the end of Z. People really want it, man. I've been saying it. Listen, I read comments. Bro. I see what people want. All right, let's bring Shifty in. Shifty. He's in there. I can barely see you, though, bro. I can't hear you. Wait,
sorry. I'll turn my light on.
Oh, there you are. What?
There we go.
I just want to start off big fan because I've been watching you for a while now, right? And I watched that Super Saiyan. I've watched that Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta video, and I know people hate and people say, "Oh, he doesn't get it right. He doesn't get it right." But you got it right, and I think everyone needs.
Everything.
I think everyone needs to take a look at that and really be like, Geekdom really knows his shit. So
well, the reality is it's a small number of little turds that they're like little, you know, when you take a shit, bro, and you flush and there's that one little nugget still swimming around, you flush again, it's still swimming around. They're like that, bro. Bringing up Super from 2019, which was 6 fucking years ago, and I've done 3 videos already explaining what happened, including with information that became public later on. It's like, come on, you know?
Yeah. I feel you, but my prediction, I think
you got 2 of them.
Yeah, I think Vegito Super Saiyan 3 is going to be a thing because I feel like they're focusing more on forms that really haven't, this is in between Super and, Z. So I think they're focusing on what they used to have before. Bringing back Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta is crazy, because, people were way past that now. And the fact that we get to go back to that and revisit some of that stuff, I feel like they're going to take some of that stuff we used to know and expand on it and give it to people so we could just see it. I feel like we're going to see Super Saiyan 3 Vegito. What?
Let me ask you a question. Just sidebar. When I was in high school, and this is back in early 2000s, there was a rumor that it was bullshit. It was made up by fans, but it was basically saying that Toriyama said, which he never said this, but the rumor was that Toriyama said that if Vegito and Z could have done Super Saiyan 3, which he could have because we saw Gotenks do it, that the universe would implode. Have you ever heard that before in your time being a fan?
I've never heard that before, but it does sound pretty cool though, because it does sound like something he would say. Because he big ideas, and then he likes to go back and revisit on them and expand on them. So you really don't know. He could say anything, and 10 years from now, it could be we could be seeing it at times 10. So that's the crazy part about the whole thing.
Because it's like, well, why didn't Vegito use Super Saiyan 3 against Boo? He was doing Super Saiyan 1. Maybe because he would, like we said, it would implode. I don't know. But, okay, so you're saying Super Saiyan 3 Vegito in Daima?
Yeah, I think we're going to get it in Daima.
Well, they are Potara's down there because Supreme Kai's with them, so that is a possibility. People forget they also got Potara's, not just the bugs. What's your second prediction?
My second prediction, I think a new movie is gonna come out. I don't think they're gonna announce the anime. I do think they're gonna announce the manga and everything like that. I I don't know. They've been taking a long time. I know with his death and everything, like it takes time. I just don't like with the way I play like a lot of Spark and Zero and things like that, and like just with the way they carry Dragon Ball recently. I don't know. Like I don't. My hopes aren't really too high, but I do think that we're gonna get a new movie, maybe two new movies. I think hopefully they're focused
Two.
around. Yeah, I need two. Hopefully they're focused around Pan or maybe a two-parter or something like that. Something they haven't
That's
done
what,
before.
bro. I would love that if they did a Spider-Verse thing where they have two movies and the first one ends in the cliffhanger. And we have to wait a year or two. That I would love that. But all these movies are like self-contained stories, kind of, not
Yeah.
fully. So you're saying that we're gonna get a movie announcement in 2025?
I think we're gonna get either details, like new details surrounding a movie, or an announcement towards the end of 2025. I feel like it's time for a new movie, and I feel that that would kick everything back up, and that would start the real hype train again. I'm not sure what the movie would be on, but I do want Pan to come back. I feel like for some reason I like her character a lot more this time around than
We got Pan fans,
previously.
bro. We got a lot of
Yeah.
Pan fans
Yeah,
around, bro.
I don't know why, but I think it's just cool as hell that she was fighting Piccolo and like things like that. Like I think it was cool. So I think there's like a
Bro,
lot to go. They could repeat the whole Goku story again with the Martial World Tournament and stuff like that. And I would watch it. So I don't know. Maybe
I
just like a
I'm
different tone.
I'm friends with Elise, who's the voice of Pan, and I'm gonna text her today, and I'm gonna say, "You got a lot of fans, yo." She's the voice of
Yeah.
like the original Pan, like End of Z GT Pan,
Yeah, yeah. I
which
like that pan too.
some don't like that Pan, but that's more the writing than I think her performance. So,
Yeah.
all right. So, you think it's gonna get announced? The reason as to why I think that's possible is because 2026 is the anniversary of the anime. So they got to do something in February 2026 is going to be the 40-year anniversary of the Dragon Ball anime. So I want them to do something with that. John, what do you think?
Yeah, I think at the end, so I do agree with you that throughout the year we're not going to see a movie, but at the end of the year is when there's going to be an announcement leading up to 2026. So
Yeah.
anybody who's thinking that 2025 is going to be the big year where the anime returns,
I don't think so, but it could announce the next thing because Daima will be over by then.
Yeah, I think they're gonna wait and announce because I feel like that's what they've been doing. They've been like, I feel like we just gotta get. They're like a wait and announce type of company now. So we just gotta wait and see. Like they always got something planned out.
I wish they did what Kevin Feige did and just laid out their plan, but they never
That would
do
be
that
dope.
shit.
That would be dope.
Because
then at least we can kind of plan, and see what's going on.
And they can do it too because they are big enough to do it. So yeah.
Well, and there's a lot of money too. All right, bro. Well, thank you so much for stopping by. Hope you have a great one and take care.
You too.
All right, bro. We're gonna shut down the stream. We got oh god, they keep coming, bro. We got 4 more super chats. I'll go through them quick. I know you gotta go. Okay,
No
Darius says Beerus wants Frieza to train under Whis for God of Destruction. And then he says Frieza under Whis equals character development rival for Goku Vegeta. I don't think Beerus likes Frieza, bro. They clearly have had issues in the past. I don't think that that's the case. So, but
Whis did bring him back to life.
Yes, he did. As a thank you. Right.
Yeah. And we did see finally Frieza doing a selfless act at the end of the Tournament of Power.
Well, Beerus would probably have to die or retire before Frieza takes over,
Yeah, because I do agree with you that Whis might be okay with Frieza, but Beerus doesn't like that guy at all.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. He doesn't like him. It would have to be one of those like deaths. Angel Baron says, what if in the Moro arc for the anime, they go a bit more in depth with Moro being from the demon realm? Well, again, I'm just going to be real with you. If you're waiting for the Moro arc to be animated, brother, you might be waiting a while. Don't take a banana in the tailpipe. It's best not to worry about it. But yes, if we find out that Moro's from the demon realm, it would make perfect sense. Do you agree?
Yeah. Yeah, it's a great way to tie in Daima into the show. But yeah, we both agree. It makes sense for him to be with the demon realm, being that he's so old, so powerful, and a lot of his magic is just so mysterious, right? So, like you mentioned, yeah, he comes from the demon realm probably.
He can do things. He can do things that like other villains can't. Like when he was able to shut off the transformations, like that's magic shit. And remember, this show was supposed to be called Dragon Ball Magic originally, bro. Which is funny because I saw a comment the other day. Well, you said it was going to be called Dragon Ball Magic, and it was called Daima, and I'm like, you were going to say something?
You literally have the images of, I think it was the original, the artwork, you know, from the studio, and at the bottom right, Daima.
It says magic. It says magic. Yeah. I have the Toei Animation Handbook. I literally have the Toei Animation Handbook from 2022 that says magic on it. So, all right. Horror Lord, this is the last one. Big fan. Thank you for everything. Truly based on your reactions to comments tonight. Well, thank you. And I look, I can tell the difference. I can't always tell the difference between trolls and genuine critical thinking. With what happened 2 days ago with the thumbnail, I did see it as I fucked up. It wasn't trolls. I mean, there were some trolls. It wasn't people being dicks. It was genuinely good people who didn't want to see that thumbnail pop up. I get it. I will learn from it, and I'm going to make changes in the future. So, I appreciated the feedback. When you say some shit like, you know, if you tell a YouTuber, fuck you, motherfucker, you suck, that's not criticism. That's just hate. That's just you being a bitch. Yeah. But if you tell a YouTuber, hey, I didn't appreciate this, you should do this instead, that's criticism, and that it comes from a good place. So he says, seems like Goku gets the third eye. You're basing that off of my face. But my face sometimes is meant to misdirect you. And Goku and Vegeta will get new fusion and name. I can't even tell. IBS Happy Holiday.
So, name.
Yeah, okay. I'm not confirming any of that. I'm not confirming it. Please do not think that I said that any of that's happening. I do wonder if Goku gets the third eye, what's going to happen. We may or may not find out. Do you think anything?
Well, I don't think Goku and Vegeta will know how to access the power of the third eye, even if they have a belt around them. Like, I think the third eye requires at least some sort of knowledge, some magical knowledge to unlock its true power. So if it is going to be used, somebody's going to have to guide them or unlock it for them.
Yes. And I assume Goma would know. Darius, the numerologist, we said Beerus told him to revive Frieza. Right, he did because Frieza helped save Universe 7 and win them the tournament, but that doesn't mean he likes him. Like, I see why he would say that, but it doesn't mean he likes him. We got 49 super chats today, bro. That's pretty big.
Yeah, man. That's awesome.
Yes. Well,
that's awesome. Great support.
Yes, thank you so much for being here. I look forward to the manga coming back, so you and I can do more of those little theory videos we used to do every month. We'll probably record them in here instead of Discord because it might be better to do it in here.
Yeah, dude, this is great. This was so smooth, and getting the viewers to come in was awesome.
What can people do, or let me rephrase that. What can people look forward to from you? Please don't jerk them around, though, because they want you to come back. Well, some do. Most do.
So to be serious, I've been filming my whole adventures of traveling. So I'm going to be making a channel about travel, giving you guys guidance, like the real how-to things that people don't talk about here.
Very useful.
Because a lot of people only show the good side of things, but I want to show the reality. And then when it comes to Dragon Ball, I'm going to be focusing more on theories and deep breakdowns, not so much like episodic, episode by episode. I'm going to leave that to the master to do those breakdowns like the next day. Some of your breakdowns like blew me up. Like one of your recent breakdowns, you went so in depth connecting to like previous things, and I'm like, how do you make this video within like a day or two? You know what I mean? Like,
it's all in here and in here, and dude, unlike other people, bro, I don't need writers. I don't need writers.
You don't have a script. people don't realize this about you, that you don't have like a script that you
Very
read off.
rarely. Right. Very.
Very,
I just do bullet
yeah,
points.
it's only for certain videos.
Benjamin Davis said, I have a theory. Tarble got sent to Universe 6 as a kid. I don't know, man, because he's in Universe 7. He's in the Broly movie.
He's in 7.
So, yeah, he's in 7. Yeah, we see him in 7. So, there you go. Well, I will tell you this about the breakdown videos. I work on them on Friday. And so I do the Daima review, and then I get to work right on the video. The recent one that I did for the Hibis, I worked from 12 noon to 8:30 at night with one break to get some food. I was here editing, researching. It was 8.5 hours of editing. It was worth it because the video did well. But brother, my balls could have knocked out a skunk. I'm sitting on this leather chair. Bro, I'm sitting on this leather chair and I get up and the whiff of my balls hits me right in the nose. And I'm like, I think I'm going to take a shower. Because, when you sit in one place for a long time, bro, it's like.
Yeah.
Ay, cojones. Cojones. Yeah, bro. I had that nasty crust fucking. Anyways, I'm being graphic and I'm being goofy. All right. We are done. Thank you so much, Mr. Senpai, for stopping by.
Yeah,
when
it
are
was
you
fun,
coming
man.
back? When are you coming back, bro? To do anime stuff at the end of Daima?
Because I get back to the States at the end of January, being honest, So probably not gonna be till like February or March.
Are
so,
you there for a month? Are you there for a whole month or longer?
Dude, longer. I've been here for a month already. I'm here for another month. Yeah, man. Like I'm taking like a 2.5 month break, traveling the world.
That's a hell of a vacation. All right, we got one more, bro. I'm sorry. I said, what do you think the next Dragon Ball movies will be about? The manga or something completely different? Something completely different. You cannot fit the Moro and Granola stories in one movie. You can't. It's too long. So it's going to have to be a different story, either after Superhero or before. That is the 51st super chat, bro. We have 51. I appreciate
That's awesome.
it. I
Thank you, guys.
appreciate it. Yes. And guys, I look forward to that content Opai's going to do about Thailand. I've heard nothing but good things. And I will tell you this. If you invest your money properly, you could retire in Thailand and not even make that much money and live like a king because everything's so much cheaper.
Yeah, man. My food is like $2. That meal that guy was talking about with the rice, and it's like $2.
Here it's like $12 for good stuff.
Yeah.
Got my GT shirt. Anyways, y'all have a great rest of your day. See you guys this week. I'll be back with Jordan on Tuesday earlier than normal. Have a good one. See you soon. Take care of yourself.